Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Last week we watched Pitch Black.
This week, we watched the Chronicles of Riddick.
The connection is goggles. They're on my face. They're on my face.
Riddick, I like those goggles. I'm going to wear goggles too and kill lots of mercenaries. Yay!
I didn't know Tom Holland was in this movie. Welcome to the number one Riddick fan podcast in the galaxy. It's Oldie but a Goodie, a podcast where we watch movies that are related to previous movies that we've done. But right now, I've hijacked the show so we can do the whole Riddick trilogy. I've never seen him before, but Zach has, and we're up to the second one. Here we go. My name's Sandro.
I think legally, the previous movie is connected to this movie. Like the distinction that they're not connected. I mean, it's a series. They are they're some of the most connected, I would say.
You do one movie, then you do a sequel. It's the most connected. But Zach, our format doesn't work like that, Zach. There needs to be exact connections that go on to our list of we've used that connection and cannot use it again.
Yes.
So that's why I used the connection of goggles. It's a shame that we'll never be able to use goggles ever again.
Yeah. That was I had like 4 movies lined up for goggles. You got the first Star Wars of the prequels, because Anakin wears goggles when he's flying around.
That's true.
You got Eggman from Sonic.
Oh yeah, could do the Sonic the Hedgehog.
That was going to be my big trilogy, obviously.
Honestly, I would be down for that.
The list goes on.
Yes. You could do any movie about a swimmer.
Yeah. You know? Oh, true. That's actual goggles right there. Yeah. Was going to do the Red Baron. I think there's got to be a movie about him somewhere, right?
There's one random Snoopy film, I'm sure. But Zach, let me tell you, if you like goggle action,
whoa,
this has got some of the most intense goggle taking off I've ever seen in a movie. Every scene he's going to take them off, Vin Diesel just fucking rips them off his face. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, they're iconic. And it was amusing to me that you chose goggles as your connection. Knowing, because I've seen this movie. I'm going to say it right now. I don't know if I've seen the third movie.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to put out here, in my brain, there is so much that goes on in this movie that in my brain, I think I separated it into 2 movies.
Right. See, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I've seen the third one.
Well, then we'll find that out next week because we've got to do it. We've got to complete the trilogy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just as a little bit of a recap, if you haven't heard last week's episode on Pitch Black, go check it out. But a little bit of a recap, I hadn't seen them before. You saw them when you were way too young. They still hold up for you. You really enjoyed the first one. I think the first one was also really, really good. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
High ratings from me. And so here we come to the Chronicles of Riddick, which, if I were to compare this movie to another movie...
Yes.
This would be like... If you watched... Well, no, in many ways, this is if you read The Hobbit and then read Lord of the Rings, in many ways. It's the very, run-of-the-mill adventure that then turns into, what the fuck is all this lore building? Where's this come from? What's happening here?
This is what I've been waiting for, because this movie is vastly different from the previous movie. The previous movie, you equated it to Aliens, right?
It's very Aliens,
sci-fi, horror sort of scripting. This one is just constant lore dumping at every they're just squeezing as much as they can.
Yeah.
And it's 2 hours. They have a lot of time. And so what they do is they have like long action scenes and then cramming, just
cramming,
dumping as much lore as fucking possible into you when they're not doing some action scenes.
It also completely changes the genre. The genre of that first one is like sci-fi horror. The genre of this is like straight out sci-fi fantasy.
Yes.
Completely different. Completely different.
Absolutely. And I'm very curious to hear what you have to say on this. But I was trying to think of what's the best sort of franchise crossover, like, because you said Aliens philosophy, and there's a very clear parallel.
Yes.
And I was trying to figure out what I would parallel this to. And it's kind of got like a Dune. It's very Dune-y.
It is, yeah.
But also a bit of like almost Warhammer.
I was thinking Warhammer and Dune the entire time, to the point where there was a point where I went,
okay,
this is just Rebel Moon but better.
Yeah,
because Rebel Moon is Warhammer and Star Wars.
Yes. Whereas this is Warhammer and Dune is just better Star Wars.
Dune is just slightly more interesting stuff. Not to say Star Wars is bad, but Dune has a lot more going
Star
on
Wars
in it.
is trash, and I would never watch the prequels, literally like a week ago.
I know for a fact that you did, and we have it on an episode that we recorded. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Prequels still hold up. They're still fun.
Yeah.
If you can make it through the first episode, you get to that sick end fight scene. Oh, so good. The second movie's just Obi-Wan, the movie.
Well, that's true. And then if you pull a trilogy card for a Star Wars, we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going.
We do the trilogy, which is we do the trilogies of trilogies.
That's the ultimate trilogy of all time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to say what my first impressions are, but, you're the one who's seen this before, therefore
Okay.
I think you should go first.
This movie was custom made for me specifically and no one else. No one else should watch this movie other than me.
Why?
This movie was made for me because this has everything I want specifically when I'm like 14, 15 or whatever age I watched this stupid franchise.
Yeah.
Cause I love the lore dumping. And I know people will hate the lore dumping.
Yes.
But I love this lore dumping. I'm like, num num, tell me more. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know all the politics of this world that I didn't know was a world in the previous movie.
Yeah, tell me more.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this underverse. I want to know more about these elemental people that can somewhat see the future.
The airbenders,
I want to know. I just realized I'm starting to spoil the whole thing. But like, I want to know what Riddick's original race was, because spoiler, he probably maybe not human. Like, whoa,
What? That's crazy. Yeah.
I want more. Give me more. And then when it stops lore dumping on you,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh man, I'm not getting all this juicy lore. It's all action. We're taking a break from lore dumping, and then we're putting in action. Oh, it's like Christmas Day.
Wow,
you
are rolling in it. You're a
I'm
happy
feasted.
little boy rolling around in all your lore.
I'm eating my roast, my favorite meal, my roast, and then they take the roast away, and I'm like, oh man, no roast. And then they give me like beers and desserts, and they put that in front of me.
Wow.
It's like, eat some of this, and then you can go back to eating roast afterwards. And I'm like, oh yes, please, bring me
God.
more. I'm gorgeous.
You are.
This movie is like the sin of greed for me.
For you.
know?
Just for you, particularly.
Yes. It is juicy. I'm like, num, 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 num.
It's also like they're so lucky that this is a sequel. If this was the first movie and it was lore, and I'd be like, what the fuck? But because it's a sequel, maybe I don't mind so much.
Yeah. They just added. I definitely think they could get away with it a lot more because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if this was the standalone first movie, it would be not good.
It would have bombed harder than it already did.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this was the first one I watched.
Okay, yeah, fair.
But it was made for me, so that's fine.
Wow.
So yeah, I watching this again, I was like, oh, I forgot all of this. Oh, look, oh, yeah.
Oh, we should say as well, we did watch the director's cut, obviously. Extra 10 minutes of lore and gore, pretty much. So pretty much everything
I
you
love me
wanted.
some lore and gore. I know the only thing I know from the director's cut is there's the one scene where the BBG is talking with the elemental.
Oh.
I'll get into it in spoilers. I'll just mention it at the start in spoilers. But that one scene is only in the director's cut.
Okay, interesting.
So there you go.
Wow.
So yeah, I still had a good time on my second viewing or third viewing or whatever it is of this. I definitely enjoyed.
Do you think it's better or worse than the first one?
Well, here's the problem, Sasha. It's a different genre, right?
I mean, yeah, it is.
So it's hard to say whether it was better. Can I tell the budget has absolutely gone sicko mode?
We've
on
gone
this movie?
from... So Pitch Black cost $23 million. This cost $120 million.
That's insane.
Is probably the biggest... Fast and Furious might also have a jump. But from one movie to another, not gradually increasing, this has to be... probably the biggest franchise budget jump of all time.
Literally an extra 100 mil. That's crazy.
They put
but also,
so much money
you can
in this.
tell because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I think it looks pretty good. I think most of it stands up pretty well.
For the time, there's definitely some sequences where it looks like Age of Empires, but not like... But it didn't take me out of it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Because I think this is kind of like my first impressions a little bit, but this reminded me a lot of like 80s sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like real sets, random lore for shit that's never going to come back, but I like it anyway. It kind of looks like feudal, like
That's so
you've got a lot of
true.
like knights, but you've also got guns. It's just like a really cool mixture of past and present and
me explaining Warhammer to my girlfriend.
yeah, no, for sure. It's very it was like it felt very tongue-in-cheek throwback to me, which is why I think when we get sequences that don't look amazing, I don't care because it reminds me of those other movies. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But any more first impressions for you?
No, I think that's me. Are we we're talking about this now, but we also watched the Chronicles of Riddick Dark Fury.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, I reckon. That's also something... We technically watched 3 hours worth of movies for this episode.
Which is correct. So this is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
I wonder how long this is. We might have to cut it into 2 parts if it's super big.
I doubt it. Starkey's got it in the bag. Our Lost in Space episode was 2.5 hours, and he edited that while having COVID. I think he's fine.
Oh my god. We are the fucking underdark people. We are the fucking Emperor Lords ordering Saki. Saki's like one of those like seeker alien things that they had. Just their slaves. Come, Saki, edit.
Whoa, it's fine. If the episode goes overtime, he gets some extra money, so it's good.
Edit the podcast. Edit out all of Zach's knocking over his glasses and taking shits in the middle of podcast. Take that, Saki.
You do. That's your first impressions. Okay, so mine of just the Chronicles of Riddick. Look, I will be honest. Pitch Black is a better movie, I think. Across the board, it is a better movie.
Wow.
However... Fuck yeah, I had a lot of fun with this.
Hell yeah.
This is fun.
Woo.
I think that if this was an original film, if this was number one, no, absolutely not. I would tap out. I would be like, this, I don't care. But because we've already spent time with these characters, like, it's a good introduction to, like, more franchises should do that. Just have a really small movie and then go into your big one.
It is an interesting, like, enigma where the first movie is a completely different genre.
Yeah.
But because of the first movie, we've developed the characters, and so in the sequel, we don't need to develop the characters, so they just don't, and they just do. And as you say, like, it wouldn't work on its own.
No.
But because we've had, like, the introduction of the main characters already.
Yeah.
It just kind of skips over that and just gets into the movie, which is an anomaly because it's 2 hours and it doesn't care about the character. Well, it does for Riddick.
Yes. There's a little bit of development for him, yeah.
Oh, I would say there's a significant amount of development because he's got a lot of main character syndrome throughout this movie.
That's true. Well, yeah, because in the first one, he's not even the main character, really, until,
he's not really.
The last half.
He's arguably the main character.
Yeah.
Because it's shot like the start, he's narrating and other things, but like...
That's true, yeah. A lot of it's from his perspective.
Yeah, but like... He isn't just the main character. He's like on the bridge of being the main character, but not necessarily because you follow other characters a lot, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas this film, you almost just follow him unless it's cutting to a villain.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Which I think, works really well. Just like last week, Vin Diesel, I've never seen him this good in a movie. Like, he's good in Fast and Furious, but only because he's playing off of Paul Walker.
Oh, right.
I don't think that he could carry, as we've seen in the more recent ones, he can't carry that franchise on its own. I don't think he has the right presence for that sort of role to carry a whole franchise. In this, he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's corny when he needs to be. He's serious when like, the parts where he's yelling, I'm like, oh, scary.
Yep.
But the parts where he's, like, the character isn't necessarily making jokes, but the movie's being, like, cheesy.
Yeah.
It works as well.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because he's a D&D player, you know? He knows exactly when the characters are being badass and when the characters are doing some stupid shit to piss off the DM.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like, he knows it, and he does it well. Whereas Fast and the Furious, it's not quite the same sort of story beats.
Yeah, exactly. And also,
but in this one specifically, this is a very D&D story beat kind of line it takes.
It's very D&D, very Warhammer as well. Like, I kind of wish that we got a Warhammer movie from this writer-director and Vin Diesel rather than whatever Henry Cavill's doing, which might be good, who knows? But it's with Netflix,
Sandro
so maybe
is
not.
certified Henry Cavill hater.
It's true, he's a bad guy, actually.
I just think he's a bit of a nerd. I think he's a bit of dweeb. He's like, I know all the Witcher lore, of course.
No, he doesn't. He lied. He lied about it.
I know all these things, but like, he's a bit of a nerd, so he can't lose face on the internet. He would lose Reddit karma, Sandra.
He would, actually. You're right. But no, I really, the action's good. It's not too lore dumpy to the point where I'm like, shut up. Like, it's not that bad. It's good. It's a really good balance. And I think as well, like, I love that it's the same, like, because it's such a change in style, I think having the same writer and director as the first one also make this, and he made 3 and he's gonna make 4 as well. I think having it all be that guy with Vin Diesel makes the franchise work. I think if we got another guy in, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
Which, Zach, was the original plan. Do you know who was originally gonna write this movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, the original writer was the guy who wrote the first 2 X-Men movies, so actually he might have been good.
Oh!
Actually, he might have been good. But then
we'd have to talk about the fact that he's a pedophile.
No, he's not. Not right? Him. He's alright.
Wait,
that's just the director.
That's the non-pedophile one? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That's good. Never mind. I won't mention that the director of the X-Men, because he was a pedophile, right?
Yeah, the director of Days of Future Past, which we just reviewed on patreon.com/oldiebuddygoodypod, is indeed a pedo. Yes, it's true. That is correct.
Yeah, because that would bring the mood down a little, so I won't mention that.
But Zach, this movie was going to be rewritten by my old friend Akiva Goldsman, Mr. Lost in Space, Mr. Star Trek Picard.
Oh!
Imagine if he wrote this, I would fucking hate it.
Favorite!
I would hate it if he did this.
Writer. Oh man, he would have screwed this. He would have screwed it would have been awful.
It would have been real bad, hey.
I never would have liked this franchise.
Yeah.
That is really interesting that they had the same writer going, especially with the genre swap as well.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Because I think the studio wanted, because Pitch Black was a pretty big success. Like, it was like a reasonable success for the sort of movie that it was.
It was a pretty cheap movie as well, so it was good.
Yeah.
And Vin Diesel was pretty passionate about it.
And he was getting hot. He just did Fast and Furious, huge success,
Yeah.
so they wanted to lock him down for a sequel. So I think they were trying to force a studio sequel, which didn't work. So then they went back to the guy who made the first one, so it's a bit more of a creative sequel. So I think that's kind of what happened there, which is just really interesting. I like all of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But as you mentioned, we also watched Dark Fury, which is an anime prequel that follows on directly from Pitch Black into this. Again, non-spoilers for now, but we also watched that, which I also think was really fucking cool.
That was fucking sick.
Had you watched that before?
No, I don't think I had watched that before. And I wish I had, because that was sick. That was great. And that had a very, I was going to say, is it 80s style anime?
Yeah.
Sort of style. And it had a really cool anime style, which is not as popular anymore, I think. I'd have to fact check myself on that.
Yeah, the guy who did it is, it's like a Korean style of anime. So it's a little bit more... He also worked on the Animatrix and the original Aeon Flux TV shows, so... Like, it looked really unique compared to the anime that we're used to now, which is just kind of the stock standard style.
It's all
really
the
cool.
cookie cutter sort of thing. Whereas
this
had a more unique style, and I really like the sort of longer bodies and like more emphasized muscles.
Yeah.
And like the neck bones on Riddick, like when you get a back shot, you know, where he's just got this giant back and you can see the neck bones, but like there's a very visceral look to it, and there's a lot of gore, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I listened to the credits song before we started recording, because they have the credit song. It has like a little remix of some of the the quotes during the movie, and it goes pretty hard.
It does go pretty hard. And I think as well, like, if you're going to watch all of them, it's a little harder to track down, but I do think I don't know if it's necessary viewing, because they tell you what happened after Pitch Black in Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes.
But seeing it, I think, helped a little bit as well. I really liked watching Pitch Black, then Dark Fury, then Chronicles, because I think it just bridges it all really well. It introduces a character that comes back as well, which was cool. Like, it just works.
Yeah! You don't need to see it.
No.
I don't think it's mandatory viewing, but I would say it's highly recommended viewing. Because it's pretty sick.
It's really cool. And some of the alien designs, we'll talk more in spoilers, but they're fucking so cool. Also, one other reason to watch Dark Fury is because there's a character in the first movie and the second movie called Jack, who does come back in this second film, however, is recast. But in Dark Fury, it's the actor from Pitch Black playing the character of Jack. So it kind of bridges that as well, which was really cool.
It's an unfortunate situation where you've got like a different aged character, I think. And so you can't have the original actor play it because they're not the age at which it makes sense canonically for the guy sort of thing.
I think they also retired as well. I think they retired from acting.
Oh, they retired? Yeah. And that's unfortunate because I thought they were quite good.
Yeah, I agree. So, no, good stuff. Let's rate it. So you wanted to rate Dark Fury as well.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't we?
That's fair.
We're here. We've watched it.
Yeah.
We can rate it.
You know what? I don't disagree with you. Well, then, is it an oldie or a goodie? Is the 35-minute long anime prequel an oldie or a goodie, Zach?
I'm going to give that a goodie, and I wish it was longer.
Yeah, for real, right? I wish it was a full movie. How good would that be?
Yeah. That would have been so sick. I wanted more. Because it also has, like, some lore bits that it just throws in.
It does. I loved that. That movie has its own, like, villain who I doubt will ever show up in the movies. Maybe. Who knows? That could be fun.
Yeah.
But, like, that, such a cool concept. Like, just sick. And we'll talk more about it again in spoilers, but it's really fucking cool. So, I agree. A goodie from me as well, that I really, really enjoyed the anime.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it might be better than Chronicles of Riddick, which I also enjoyed. So,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's rate Chronicles of Riddick then. I'm also gonna give it a goodie. I still really liked it. It doesn't really have issues.
Well,
Per se. Like, it does. Well, actually, no, it does. There's a lot of weird cinematography and also over-sexualization of characters from the first movie that shouldn't be sexualized at all, and that was weird.
But I mean, we'll get into that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that's not its main issues, but we'll get into its issue. I think there are some valid issues you could have with this movie.
I think if you weren't us, and if you didn't enjoy low-key shitty sci-fi from the 80s and then also lore, because we talk about it on a podcast, maybe you wouldn't like. Maybe this movie isn't super accessible for normies, I'll say, but, you know, as someone who watches too many movies and also sat through all of Rebel Moon, I think this is better than Rebel Moon.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to rate a goodie. I wish it was longer.
Wow.
Which is crazy because it's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And all I wanted more. I wanted more. Give me more.
That's why there's a third one and a fourth one next year as well.
But the problem for me is I don't know where they go for the third one. Which is why I'm like, I don't think I've seen the third one because I don't know what happens after this. But it might be when we watch the third one and go, oh, wait a minute, no, I did see this, and I just can't remember, but yeah.
Well, the third one came out 9 years after this. There is a chance that you missed it.
Yeah,
Came out 2013 as opposed to 2004. So.
I'm pretty convinced that I haven't seen the third one.
Okay,
so.
well, we'll find out next week. I'm excited to watch the third one because I think the third one's. I think I've seen clips from the third one because it was on TV as a new release, or maybe I saw the trailer in the cinemas or something. I don't know, but yeah. All right, let's do some taglines then. Thumb up or thumb down. All the power in the universe can't change destiny.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'll give it a thumbs up. I had to think about it. It's like going into this without the knowledge I have of it.
Yeah.
You know, all the power in the universe can't change destiny. That tickles my fancy. I'm like, oh, I wonder what this one's about.
There's no future until you settle the past.
I like that one a little less. I'm going to give that a shaky side thumb. I like that one a lot less.
It's a bit of a mouthful. I don't know.
Yeah. It's making me more confused than I am interested.
And the final tagline is, Pitch Black's darkest star is back.
Oh, fuck yeah. Double thumbs up. Oh. One curved knife off.
Yeah. So, you've seen him fast, now see him furious.
Yo! Was that a tagline, or did you just make that up?
I just made that up then.
That's sick. Yeah, because that line works well for the movie as well, because it's also corny, right? You know.
Yeah, true. Actually, that's very true.
Yeah. I mean, both of those last two, yours included. You know,
the Riddick must flow. No, I don't know what other ones you could do.
That one's not bad. That funnily enough, stretch as that was, still pretty good. Pretty good. Still better than the second one.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So, that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Well, send me to the past and call me Logan. It's time for another ad. My name's Sally McSeller, and I'm here to talk to you about patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pod, where Sandra and Zach are working their way through the X-Men franchise. They're currently in the prequel era, and they review Days of Future Past. It's the time travel one. It's the timelines. Do they make sense? I don't know. Here's a clip. Let's find out. For the future part of the movie, Zach, we've got a lot of mutants who are trying...
You mean the start of the movie, not like later on in the movie. You mean the portion of the movie that takes place in the future, not the end of the movie, which we have been talking about, which would be the future part of the movie of like watching the movie, but you're talking about the timeline in which we're in.
I'm talking about the parts that take place in 2023, which is the past for us, but when the movie came out, it was the future.
Yes. Okay, gotcha. I'm with you now.
You can grab that episode right now at patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pod. You can get the review of First Class and X-Men Trilogy and Wolverine, all of them. They're there right now. Go get them. Patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pod. You can also subscribe and get ad-free episodes for only $1. Don't have to listen to me ever again, screeching my way through an ad. In fact, I bet you wish you could travel back in time. Tell yourself in the past to subscribe to patreon.com/Oldie Buddy Goodie Pod so you don't have to listen to me, Sally McSeller. I'm an American. Yeehaw! Ugh, man. All right, let's do spoilers then. We'll start with the anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. Canonically, that's where you start.
There's not much to say in the anime either. It'll be pretty quick.
Not much. I've got about an hour and a half of things to say.
So the anime picks up right after Pitch Black. Their ship gets picked up by some mercenaries, and we're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, and it's interesting. We have a bit of 3D animation with regular drawn animation.
Yeah, it's very,
which I think works pretty well.
Titan AE
Yes.
Except instead of the aliens being the CGI things, it's the ships are 3D, which was really cool.
But it's funny you mentioned Titan AE, because I was going to mention them when we encounter a couple of aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had a sort of Titan AE, because they're in a almost different animation style. That's than true. The rest of anything. I'm not sure if I think they were 3D animated.
I think they were as well, yeah.
Yeah. Which was very Titan AE.
It was pretty cool.
Where we've got the strange alien creatures that are strange and different, and one of the ways they make them strange and different is by making them 3D animated rather than 2D, which makes them more distinct. I like that as an animation concept, is literally switching the genre of animation to emphasize the weirdness of something. I think that's a very cool way of making something weird.
I agree with this.
It's I don't know, I saw a YouTube short or something where they mocapped something to make it look weird. Yeah. It was all animated except for the mocap thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way of doing it as well. That was very funny.
Hell yeah. I think, as well, in terms of the design, I like how Riddick looks. I like how Jack looks.
Yeah.
Don't think I like how Keith David's character, Imam, looks, though. They made him, fatter for some reason.
I think I think he looks bulkier. I think he looks musclier.
Maybe. I think, that's the biggest difference between movies, was I was like, oh, that's a change in design that I wasn't... it's not bad. It works for the anime.
Yeah.
I think... I was like, how dare they have artists, they change the look of these characters.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I think that's there, because he's a bit more of a skinnier guy in the main series. But in this, I think they make him much more muscly.
Yeah.
But I think that's because, everyone's got a bit more emphasis on muscles. And it didn't bother me.
Yeah, that's true. We see the character of Toombs. He's introduced in this. He's a mercenary. He's introduced in this, and then we see him in the second movie in live action. And he's also really bulky in the anime and then not at all really in the other one. So might just be a running thing.
I was so happy to see Toombs in this because I love him in the.
It's fun.
He's such a like goon level villain. Using the old term for that, obviously. But like low-level bad guy that I've done so many of back in the past in my D&D campaigns, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to introduce kind of a guy that is like not the main bad guy, so the party's just eventually going to shit on him at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what he's there for, and he does a great job of it.
He does. So this ship they've been taken into is a merc ship. And the main bad guy, I don't remember what her name is. Her name is Antonia or something. So she has all of these mercs in cryosleep, and she just unfreezes them whenever she needs mercenaries. And there's like hundreds on here. It's so cool.
That's such a great concept if you've already introduced cryosleep.
Yes.
As a thing in your universe. That's a great, like, next step.
Yeah.
And it is like literally hiring a whole bunch of people to just go into cryosleep and stay there till you need them.
Yeah.
That's I love that as an idea. It's just something someone thought of, and it's like, that of course that's what a super wealthy person would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fork out a big chunk of money to just literally buy someone.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of the outside of their ship as well. It looks like very cathedral-esque.
Yeah.
Because she's very rich and sort of artsy, as we'll see later on.
Yep.
And it has a cathedral aesthetic of this ship, and I thought that was very cool.
It is really, really cool. And her design as well is really alien and weird and purple. This one's quite bright compared to particularly Pitch Black, which is really cool.
Yeah. You're saying Pitch Black wasn't very bright, Sandro?
So she's also going around capturing the most notorious criminals and making them art pieces, basically. Also putting them into cryosleep, but a bit more restrictive.
Art pieces? What do you mean? Explain. I don't understand
She's
what you say.
Turning them into human statues, Zach.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, she's turning them into alive statues, more to the point. Because Riddick goes up to one and it's frozen, so it looks like a statue, but he pokes their tongue and the tongue moves.
Yeah.
Because it's reactionary muscles, and it's oh shit, it isn't just they're frozen in carbonite or whatever. Mm-hmm. No, they are suspended in cryosleep.
Yeah.
But it's a warped kind of eviler form of cryosleep where they're aware of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're getting Sarlacc pitted.
Pretty much. Yeah, actually, pretty much. They're paralyzed, but they're also completely conscious.
Yes, but they're conscious the whole time, and she says every second that they exist feels like weeks for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it takes them it could take them years to blink properly.
Yeah.
And other things like that. And I'm whoa, that's so cruel. But they think at the same speed. They think normally.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's essentially torture. She's torturing these people. I was whoa, that's so fucked up.
And she's I'm gonna do the same to you. Oh no, I'm definitely not gonna do the same to you, is what she actually says. But obviously she's gonna do the same to Riddick, but she's but first, I want to see you fight. So here, I've captured your friends. I'm gonna get them killed by the coolest fucking alien creatures I've seen in so long. They're called shrills. They're like 3D animated jellyfish alien things.
So if you imagine, here's my description. So you imagine you get cuttlefish, right?
Yeah.
But you made it out of several pipe cleaners. But instead of pipe cleaners, they're glow sticks. But you just have 4 or 5 sticks, and then you make this sort of like stickman shape, but they're kind of cuttlefishy because they're changing colors and they're like wiggling around and they got tentacles. And also when they stab someone, they turn into light and explode as they drain them of energy.
Hell yeah.
Very pretty to look at.
It is. And honestly, like, that fight, it's a pretty long fight as well. It's about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which for a half-hour long anime, it's just like
that's a quarter of the film.
Yeah,
just on this fight.
Real long. And I think that's worth the price. Just buy it to watch the fight. It's fucking sick. It's really cool. If you like animation, you'll be like, what the hell? This all looks incredible. So yeah.
Yeah, because he's fighting these. He's dodging the tentacles because we see he like. As he's chucked into the pit, he grabs the mercenary and drags them down with him.
Yeah.
And so we see the mercenary get stabbed by a tentacle and just get turned into light.
Yeah.
He explodes, and then it cuts to everyone else's faces witnessing it. And you can see the, like, reflection of the colors that are going off to aliens on the animated character's face. Oh, so good.
It is.
So good.
It is really, really cool.
And then... Jack and the preacher, they're hanging by nooses and they're like balancing on balls, and the balls are getting like Riddick's using these giant they kind of looked marble, but they didn't feel as weighty perhaps, like these giant like marble balls,
hollow wooden maybe marble things,
ball things that he's using them to throw at the aliens to like distract them while he's freeing his friends and stuff. It's good stuff.
It's really cool. And there's also so once they kill the aliens and they're on the run, there's also a character called Gunner, I think, or Gunner, who's like the lead of the mercenaries, who is voiced by the guy who is the voice of Ghostface in Scream, which is really quite funny. When I heard his voice, I was like, wait a bloody second here. So he's like this bad guy with like glasses, and he's really cool as well.
Yeah, there's an interesting bit here, because first Riddick does the classic, like they put like a bomb in his neck so he can't murder the main lady.
Or else that'll go off.
And then he uses his knife to carve it out. Classic badass move.
Classic.
And so then we get this, as you say, this squad, right? Of mercenaries who quickly run you through the opening scene in Aliens with the mercenaries from Aliens.
That's true,
where they get all murdered, right?
Yeah. That's true, actually. You're right. And so, but I wanted to mention him in particular because once they're trying to escape, Riddick and Gunner, or whatever his name is, they have a standoff, which looked fucking incredible. It turns into this, like, one-shot, almost mocap to the level of detail on the animation as they're, like, about to fight, and they are, swinging at each other and stuff. It looks, that fight as well, just...
Oh, the sword fight?
I think that was the sword fight, yeah.
Yeah, where he, like, Riddick has his blade, and so he pulls out a fucking sword, and they just go to town until the lights go out.
Yeah, and then he bloody gets him.
This is the classic, because, of course, Riddick's got his night vision, and that's his big weapon, and so he, like, uses a wire that's connected to the lights to, like, distract Gunner, and then Gunner, like, slashes the wires in half, but that takes out the lights, which gets him killed. And it's like, oh, what a great scene.
Yeah.
It's sick.
It was really cool. And then they go to make their escape, but the bad Antonia is like, and also Toombs is there and he's running around. He's more important than the other one.
Don't forget about the, like, random weird sniffer alien they had there. The giant beast with tentacles and a giant mouth.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck I forgot about that. That's true.
Yeah, because it's only for, like, 3 minutes of the scene where they first they send the mercenaries.
Yeah.
Then they send this, like, tentacle beast thing after him.
Yeah.
Which is also, like, behind the mercenaries. So the mercenaries are also running away from this because they've just released this thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just like this horrible beast. They had like 20 people trying to hold it back and they couldn't.
It just kills all of them, yeah.
They just give it a bit of Riddick's blood and it like charges after Riddick. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this fucking alien thing?
Which I think is why, like, you really, like, this movie bridges the gap between just a sci-fi horror and a D&D action film really well, because it's a good mixture of the two, and also it's got a bunch of weird alien designs, which becomes important in the next movie. Like, yeah, it's really cool.
And then, like, the alien thing murders all the mercenaries except Toombs, who blasts open, like, a sewer pipe and jumps in at the last second.
Yeah.
Which is very funny to me. But yeah, then Riddick kills the beast, then he has a sword fight, then he meets up with the lady, as you say.
Yeah, they're running away from the lady. She's like, I'm gonna get ya! And, oh my god, she's about to kill Riddick. She actually overpowers him.
Oh my god, holy shit. She's gonna fucking kill Riddick. We're not gonna have any more movie sequels because she's gonna shoot Riddick. No.
And then kablamo. What is this? Jack fucking kills her.
Ooh, Jack performs the first kill on screen.
Yeah, and we're like, what the hell? Jack's killed someone, but Jack's just a child. This is gonna have repercussions in the next movie.
I'm sure it's not going to be relevant at all, Sandro.
And I think that's a really good reason why you should watch this, because I think Jack's character arc is a bit jarring between 1 and 2, so...
Yeah!
It's believable, but I think this just helps it a little bit more.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because it has that first step into killing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Once you get that... It's like Batman always says, you know? Once you kill one... You kill another, and then, you know, you're crossing that threshold, you know?
That's right.
Oh, what? No. Once you kill one killer, the amount of killers stays the same.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so deep.
And then everyone on the internet's like, then kill 2 killers, and then you're down 1 killer, right?
That's true. Just get them to kill each other, then you're less of 2 killers. Yeah.
Just keep the Joker alive for long enough till he just kills everyone, and then everyone's just dead.
I think that is probably a plot of one of them, one of the comics at some point.
Sure it is.
But then you're just going to end up with 3 Jokers. That happened a couple years ago. Anyway, so then they get in their ship and they leave, and Keith David's like, I think Jack probably shouldn't be around you. And Riddick's like, yeah, I'll drop you guys off and I'll go do my own thing.
Yep.
That's how that ends.
And that's it. And that's the end of it.
So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. It was fun. It was pretty short, though, and I wish there was more.
Yeah, I wish it was like maybe another half hour. Do like an hour long.
Yeah, like an hour. That would have been great.
I think it had some really cool ideas, which you can't do in live action. I think they took advantage of it being animated really well, which most animated tie-ins to live action movies don't do. So
yeah, I could see this. They had, obviously, this mercenary encounter.
Yeah.
But maybe before then, they like... We have like a whole half an hour beforehand where they have to make a stop off at a planet.
Yeah, for sure.
And they have like some Mos Eisley counter like shenanigans where they're trying to get a charter on a ship. And then they eventually end up like stealing one or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for
I
sure.
think that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Definitely, yeah. And I think that's the only, aside from video games, that's the only like other Riddick material that ties in. There's 3 games. There's like motion comics, but if you watch the director's cut of the movies, the motion comics are put in live action anyway because it was mainly just deleted scenes that they didn't put in the movies. So
there you go.
There's a bunch of stuff which is really cool. Yeah, I like how this is just a big world. There's a lot of lore here. They've really thought about it, which is really cool.
Yeah. So, well, the anime doesn't really open up into the biggest. It just kind of, it definitely adds onto it.
Yeah.
There's really cool concept, really cool aliens and other things, but it doesn't go too crazy with it, you know. It doesn't add like, I don't know, entire alien super race of fucking soldiers that are searching for the undead verse the Riddick has to fight.
And they are undead, but also like kind of like they're not necessarily zombies because there are actual zombies among them, but they're dead enough to be undead. But they're looking for the world of the undead, which is the fully dead,
the Underverse.
Oh yeah, let's get into Chronicles of Riddick. So I had to rewind the first 2 minutes because it just fucking hits you over the head with there's the bad guys, and they are the necromongers, and they are killing the planets because they want to be dead, and they're trying to find the dead world, and they're dead and they're killing everyone.
I remember opening this film and it opens with that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have no idea how Sandra's going to find this film, but it's going to be great.
I think the thing is, this movie does a lot of telling, but it also does a lot of showing and not telling at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I think...
Yeah, okay, that's
like,
fair.
if this movie, like, I'm not going to lie, the first 3 minutes gets an oldie, but if the movie continued to do that, the whole movie, I think, will be bad, but because it does switch, like, it's only really the start where it has that over-the-top narration introduction to shit, which is kind of shit and lazy.
Yeah, well, I think that the reason it's lazy is because it's the easiest way. There's like tiers of dumping lore onto an audience. And it is kind of the laziest way because it's the most direct way.
Yes.
And the easiest way. But in this case, I think, and there's a lot of movies that I think can get away with it because there is a good reason they do these easy lore dumps is because they don't have enough time in the film that they want.
Yeah.
Like, they want to cram this lore in really quick so you're up to speed.
I think what they could have done is do a Star Wars. Have an opening crawl.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of 80s sci-fis and fantasies do that. I think Conan even does that. I think it's cool. Just do that.
Yeah.
With the voiceover, but I think that would have been better rather than just like a lore dump and...
Yeah, I think, well, the narration is the more modern...
Yeah.
Like, text scroll.
Yeah,
it's essentially
for sure.
the more modernized, more money-intensive, more impressive-looking version of that. Which is why they tend to go with that because it looks better.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks fancier. I didn't mind it.
Sure.
I don't mind me some lore dumping via exposition. As long as, and as you say, we actually get into some proper showing and not telling afterward, you know.
Yeah.
I can forgive it.
For sure.
I can forgive it.
I can forgive it as well.
Because this movie is just jam-packed full of it. They had to resort to a little bit of cheating just so they could get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
You know?
So, yeah, to basically sum it up, there's the Necromongers, who are an army of half-undead soldiers who are, well, they're also a church. Their religion is that they want to get to the Underverse, which is the underworld, essentially.
Yeah, not necessarily. I wouldn't say underworld. They don't describe what it's like, the Underverse.
Well, I think it's just death.
Well, they say the way to get there is to die.
Yeah.
You have to die. But, and here's the weird thing about that. You could just be like, well, it's all bullshit because they can't prove it exists, right?
Yeah, but
their leader supposedly has been there.
Yes.
Now, you could obviously, he's lying. Except he has, like, powers from it. He has, like, spirit powers from it. And they also have, like, kind of spirit manipulation abilities.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, they can, like, power up people as well. So there is something there.
Yeah.
There's definitely something.
There is definitely something.
It's definitely like a church of necromancers that has essentially amassed enough power to have an army, and now they're forcibly enlisting planets to their cause, which is very Warhammer.
It's extremely Warhammer. Yeah, they go to planets and, like, basically... Well, I mean, even if they convert you, they still kill you because they take your soul and they make you basically undead. There's, like, multiple levels of being undead. There's, like, their general army, which, if you get converted, it's kind of like a Cyberman. You get hooked up to a machine and it punches your neck and it, like, slowly takes life out of you or something. I don't know. It makes you less yourself.
Yeah, kind of. It's just a bit of brainwashing. They do like a little bit of psychic brainwashing just to make sure you're a loyal soldier.
But like at that point though, I think they're undead from my reading of it anyway.
I don't think they're undead because they're trying to find the underverse sort of thing, right? I think the goal is that they can be truly, like, lichdom once they get there. I think at that stage, you're not undead. You are just a follower of their, teachings and other things.
Sure,
I think
maybe.
that's, like, stage 1, level 1. Because I also think that, like, the second in command BBG guy, I don't think he's undead.
I don't know. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but it's not explained really. So like
because I think that the like intelligible capacity of the undead goes down as you go down levels.
Well, that's true.
So they need people who are alive to be the like commanders and smart, use their brains. But as you die more, they can still use your body.
And I think as well, like, the reason why I was like, they are definitely still conscious and they're still, they have their brains still, but they might be a little bit undead, is because we do see a bunch of them that, like, they've got knives just sticking out of them. But maybe that's just because they're strong. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think there's levels of it where you start out as alive and then you get stabbed or something and you lose your humanity in the fact that you are dying or dead.
And that's why I would say undead, because if they're losing their humanity.
But I don't think all of them are. I think there's there's levels to it. And I think there's like, you might have the same rank as a fellow undead person, but you are more intelligent than them.
For sure.
They are essentially meat puppets at that point, whereas you're like indentured servitude meat puppets.
Yeah, I mean, no, fair, true.
I think what happens is they do all this brainwashing stuff, and then you're a loyal follower, and if you so happen to get stabbed or die, you just continue being a loyal follower at that stage. They, like, brand you and mark you, and if you die, you, like, come back.
Come back as a bit more, because they also have, they have actual, like, zombies as well on their side, and they're really cool.
The trouble is that, like, Riddick's able to kill a lot of them.
Yeah.
So if they're undead, like, for example, you say there's, like, people stabbed and other things, but he, like, stabs people and they instantly die.
Well, I think it's the same as being zombies. If you stab a zombie in the brain, then you probably kill it. If you chop off enough limbs, it can't do much. I did laugh at the intro how, because we got Judi Dench as the narrator, who, by the way, what the fuck is she doing in this movie?
Well, she's done worse.
Well, that's
Sandra,
true.
She's done worse.
That's true.
She was in the Artemis Fowl. Top of the morning to you.
Fucking hated that movie so much.
It's not good.
I don't think I even finished it.
I haven't watched it still, but I've seen clips, and that's probably my favorite clip. But also, side tangent, it's really annoying that she's the commander, because in the books, there's a whole plot point where Holly's like the first female. Yep. In the fort. That's like one of the plot points. But then if Judi Dench is the commander, like how do they what? But that's like her whole cat. What?
Well, Zach, they didn't read the books. That's why.
Oh, they didn't read the books. That's probably why.
But yeah, she says the line, "In normal times, evil would be fought with good, but in times like these, we need another kind of evil to fight the evil." And I was like, okay. So we're still going with the fact that Riddick is just evil. That's still what we're doing. Which I feel like, he's not in this movie. He's ruthless.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Sandro. Killing is bad.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there. And he does most of the killing in this film.
That is true. But there are people who are trying to kill him. He doesn't kill anyone who doesn't want to kill him. In this movie, at least.
Yeah, but that's still a lot of people. Yeah. He does more killing than the people who want to kill him.
I'm just saying he's more morally okay than the Punisher, which is still he's still an anti-hero, and the Punisher's not evil.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
the Punisher is evil. Actually, correction, Punisher is evil.
Depends which version you read, but also most of them are not good blokes. Let's be honest. But that's kind of the point as well.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But I think that's the point. But it is interesting because he's definitely less evil than the Punisher.
Yeah.
And the Punisher, like, some would consider not evil. Some would, like, there's,
He's definitely in the evil spectrum, but I think he's like...
Yes.
He's
very light on the evil. Yeah. He's evil out of necessity, not out of, the likening of being evil, right? He would rather not be.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we don't know what Riddick's past is. Maybe everything before Pitch Black, he was the fucking worst dude ever.
Yeah, what's kind of implied is he's evil like nature is evil. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I get, where it's like a coyote has to kill a deer or whatever.
Yeah.
Poor example. Poor ecosystem. Why am I... Poor example.
For sure.
But, like, it has to kill to eat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily evil. It's just like a... Well, it is evil according to the Bible, perhaps.
Sure.
Let's not get into that. But, like... That it's like that's just nature, you have to survive, you have to eat, that sort of thing. So it's not necessarily evil in that context. So by that point of view, you could argue that Riddick isn't evil.
You could say that.
Which is interesting.
Also, yeah, we get that. We may as well just say it here. It's sprinkled all throughout the film, but we get a little bit of backstory on his race, which is the Furian, I think.
Yeah.
And I got the vibe that they're like Spartans. That's the kind of vibe I got from them. Because they're like trained to be killers and shit. I think they're kind of like nomads, maybe. I mean, we don't really know what their planet's like, but we get a small flashback. They're kind of like real big, dangerous people. And they're trained and they kill their young, maybe. I don't know. Like, they're like predators. Human predators. That's what I'm going to say they are.
You know what? That's not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
Human predators is not a bad example, because I think they did have, like, a warrior sort of culture. I don't think they were nomadic, though, because I think the whole point is that the necrotic boys fucking nuked their planet, like, just fucking rinsed them, right?
That's true. We get a dark crystal. We get a dark crystal in this movie where the bad guy got a prophecy that a Furian guy is going to kill him. So what did he do? He went down and he killed them all.
Every bad guy makes this mistake of getting a prophecy about someone who's going to kill, like... This is in, Kung Fu Panda as well? Same thing.
It is, isn't it?
Same thing. It's always... And then the bad guy goes, if the prophecy is this race of people is going to kill me, I'll just kill the whole race. I'm sure that won't stoke that specific race's anger if I start a race war against them.
Exactly.
And they won't have a reason to kill me then.
Yeah.
And none of them would go, wait a minute, if I try and wipe out this entire race, then they'll want to kill me. I should probably not do that and maybe just, I don't know, befriend them. Oh, actually, if you go the befriending route, then they're just going to betray you.
Sure. Stab you in the back, yeah.
Yeah, no, you just ignore them. Just leave them alone. Just stay far away from them.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, that's kind of the backstory as to why he's maybe the last of his kind or something. I don't know. I think that's what the new one is about, because the new one's called Riddick Furia.
Oh.
So I think that's about him going, like, something to do with his past. Maybe there's more popping up or something. I don't know. It'll come out at some point next year, which would be cool. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The actual plot of this movie... Riddick is on a frozen planet and he has a beard and long hair.
Yo, he looks
sick. Down. It looks fucking stupid.
See, Sandra,
and I loved it.
I'm cosplaying him right now.
That's true, you are.
I've got a beard and long hair. He's literally me, Sandra.
He's literally you for real. That's so true for real.
I love this aesthetic, and I wish he had a bit more of the long hair and beard randomly for the start of the film. But yeah, he's being hunted down by mercs once again. We got the mercs.
I think, do you think that this is, I don't know if Vin Diesel is bald by choice. I think he is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I think that in this movie, it's so interesting if it's from like an ego sort of thing where it's like, well, Riddick's not bald because, ew. He can grow hair, and we're going to show you that he can grow hair. He just doesn't for most of the movies. I wonder if that's the thinking.
Yes and no. There's an interesting... Well, because he's on a frozen planet, though, Sandro.
Wow.
So it makes sense that you would grow your hair out on that.
That's very true.
And then he goes to, like, a literal, like, super hot place,
Yeah.
And that's where he cuts off, well, first he goes to the other planet, which is still looks pretty warm, and other things. So it's like maybe it's just depending on his environment. You know
what? I don't disagree with this. I think you're right.
But I think Vin Diesel likes being bald, and I think he looks good. You know, he's iconically that.
Yeah.
You know, bald.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of a that's his aesthetic, and they stick to it. I don't think they put too much thought into it.
No.
But it's also it's to show that time has passed, I think is the main thing for me, is that they're showing he's been on this planet for 5 years or whatever.
Yes.
And so his hair's grown out and other things. But it reminded me that they had the shaving scene in the first movie, which was very funny to me.
That was pretty funny, yeah, I agree. So I really like this introduction to him getting back into the action, because he's been on this planet for 5 years.
Yeah.
Someone's put a hit out on him. He's like, who was it? And Toombs is like, I don't know, it came from New Mecca. And he's like, oh my god, it was Keith David. He put the fucking hit out on me. What the hell? So then he goes to see Keith David, and Keith David's like, I only did it because we need your help. And
Sandra, it sounds
really
like
that.
you're going through the plot rapidly so we can have a reasonably timed episode that Saki doesn't have to slog through.
That's true. We're already at an hour. So
I need to bog this down a bit more. Because I really like the intro fight where because it's Toombs on a ship, like a little gunner ship, right?
Yeah.
Where they're chasing him down and they're launching nets at him and he's dodging nets and stuff. But then he climbs into a cave, so that they have to fly into the cave. And they have this gunner thing where it's got wings, and then they've got mercs hanging from the wings with guns.
It's a really badly designed ship.
It's a very silly designed ship, but I think it works fine if you're in any open environment. But as soon as you get into a closed environment, it shows a very big weakness.
Yeah.
Which is the fact that any guy could, kill your dudes just hanging out in the open.
Yeah, look, yeah, as he does.
Yeah, and I do like Toombs. And then Riddick, instead of killing him, throws him out of the ship, right?
Yeah.
And then flies off, which is important for later.
That's true, because he comes back and he's like, fuck you!
Yeah!
Also, I do want to say, the guy that plays Toombs, his name is
so good.
Nick Chinland. I only know him. He's in an episode of X-Files where he plays this potentially alien serial killer character. He's really fucking cool in that. He needs to be in more things. I don't know what it is about him. I like his vibe. He's good in a lot of things, so just put him in more things.
I agree. I think he's my favorite guy that they verse. You know?
He's really cool.
As I said, he's a bit of a gangster goon, and he's great. I love his I don't know. He's got this cocky, I'ma kill you sort of attitude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He just seems like a bad dude and very unapologetic for it. You know? And I'm for that.
I'm a fan of it. Yeah. Okay, so Riddick's, he's back in New Mecca. He's like, what the hell, Keith David? And Keith David's like, hey, don't worry about it. I just did it to get you here. The evil necromongers are gonna kill my planet. You gotta help us, Riddick. And Riddick's like, fuck you. That's pretty much what happens here.
So it's interesting because I mentioned in the first movie we watched, we talked about that we have a Muslim priest,
Yes.
and that religion doesn't get as much spotlight in the Western world.
In this one, because it's after 9/11, and also this one was a much more bigger production and also made in America, unlike the first one, which was made in Australia. Oh, this was made in Canada, actually, so never mind.
Well, Canada's just North America, really.
That's rude.
So, Canada loves it when you call them part of America.
Jodie's never coming on this show again now that you said that. Our one Canadian guest.
Yep, absolutely. We talked about that, and I mentioned specifically that the whole Muslim aspect of it does not come back.
Well, it's interesting because the city is extremely diverse.
Yeah.
They just never say it. They never say it. They don't say the word Muslim ever in this movie, even though it is kind of a big plot point, and also that they all get fucking wiped out. So, like...
Yeah, they literally... Now you've pointed out 2 points there. It's like, he's more in this film than I remembered.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I liked that. I liked that a lot. I thought it was great. But also, yeah, my point still stands that this is a post 9/11, and so they make zero mentions of it, and then they glass the planet so that they can never mention it ever again in the
Not
series.
only that, they also straight up just kill Keith David as well.
Which is crazy.
So they're there. Before the action sequence and the bad guys invade, Riddick also meets with Judi Dench, and she's essentially an airbender. That's what my partner said, kinda, from Avatar. In some sense, kinda. She's like invisible-ish. She's a part of the elemental race. So she does whatever she wants.
I think that's oversimplifying, which you're allowed to do. That's fine. But I'm putting on my nerd glasses. I'm pushing them up.
Yeah.
And I'll say she's a bit more interesting than that because they're an elemental. And I think they're an interesting depiction of an air elemental, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because they're a creature that's like made of air. And so there's like 2 things that are shown. It's like someone tries to stab them. It just doesn't do anything.
No, of course not.
Because they're made of air. It just passes through them. And then they're like flying in a ship with like an open cockpit or whatever, where it's just there's just like a someone could fall out and then they'd fall, but they just walk over it.
Yeah,
and they explain it's like we can't fly, but we can hover. We don't. Yeah, they don't like. And I think the point is that they don't sink in air because they are like the same density. They kind of just like glide.
And the visuals are so cool because she is half invisible at all times.
She's got a bit of opaquency. You can see through them. And she like blows on her own fingers at one point and they like go more invisible. It's like, whoa, what an interesting race. And my question to you, Sandro, is their weakness a vacuum cleaner?
Well, this world apparently hasn't invented a vacuum cleaner, apparently. From the looks of things, everything's real dirty, so maybe...
That's another thing. Well, in space, no one can make you clean. So that's my dirty sci-fi rule. Is
I like that, yeah.
People just don't bother cleaning up because in these dark, gritty sci-fi films, which are always dirty for some reason, everyone's looking out for themselves.
That's
so
right.
No one cleans up.
It's just like Star Wars. Until The Mandalorian, we never saw a toilet in Star Wars. So naturally, until that point, those characters don't shit. Just like in this one, these characters don't clean until we see a vacuum cleaner or a mop or anything. So, yeah.
It's funnily enough, you mentioned that they don't have vacuum cleaners. That's because they have air elementals who can do the vacuuming for you.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and all the Jedi actually shit themselves, but they use the Force to make it disappear. J.K. Rowling made a tweet that explained that.
Exactly. I really like that scene, though. We only really get one scene with Judi Dench and Vin Diesel. For the rest of the movie, she's just hanging out with the bad guy. But in that scene where they're together, she's like dropping all of this lore and shit, and Riddick's like, maybe you should talk to me like you're talking to someone who was raised in a penal system. And I was like, that is a very funny line, because of course he's mainly been in prison. So that was fun. Anyway, action scenes, bad guys, big action, they invade. The action scenes, particularly in this planet, they strobe a lot. So if you're epileptic, maybe don't watch this movie. There's a lot of strobing in this movie. It honestly hurt my eyes watching this movie at points. It was very stroby.
Yeah. I will agree. There's quite a lot of stroby lights.
Which makes sense because Riddick has see in the dark powers, so you kind of want that in this movie, but also this movie does get very stroby out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Like, Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
I like that his like dark vision, weird like heat vision.
Yeah.
That he has is canonical through this and the animated version.
In that it looks the same as the first one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that stays the same even in the animated version because there's like one scene where he has that vision, but he's looking at an animated character with that.
Yeah.
And it looked almost exactly the same as both of these films. And I was very impressed with that in the animated film. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah.
That was really cool. I agree.
I was very impressed with that. I was like, how did this animated film have the exact same look for when he's looking as the... I was like, oh, this is sick.
Really cool. The battle was really good as well for the city. Keith David's killed by some random guy, so Vin Diesel's like, I'm gonna go get revenge, and he like hunts down the guy.
The what are they? The necromongers?
Yeah.
The necromongers land on the planet when they learn that Riddick's around there. So they're following him or something, I think.
No, I think they just wanted this planet.
No, I think...
Or are they specifically following Riddick? I don't think they were following... I think it's kind of like a... Because the scene a little bit earlier, a bit later on where he realizes what planet Riddick is from that's when he starts to really get obsessed with him.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
So I guess they just wanted this well, this does seem to be one of the main planets of the, kind of like a Coruscant type planet of this system.
You might be right. I'd have to rewatch it to double check.
Oh, what a shame. You got to rewatch this movie you really like.
Yeah, I know, right? Only because I was thinking about doing it before watching it, doing the podcast again. But yeah, they land on the planet. They start doing their necromonger thing, which is, killing everyone who resists and taking over the place.
Converting those who will, who surrender.
Yeah, and so some of them kill the preacher dude, which is sad because I liked his character a lot. I think it was a very cool contrast to a lot of their other characters. I liked that it's shown that he has a family and stuff, Yeah,
we see his wife and kid, and they come back at the end too, which was cool.
Do they get glassed?
No.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Good on them.
I don't think they die. No, they don't, because at the end they just get back in the spaceship and then go up. So they assume they're just still on the planet. Granted, the whole planet's been killed, so they probably should leave. But
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I couldn't remember.
But before they wipe out the planet, because Keith David's died and Vin Diesel sees Keith David's knife in the back of one of the necromongers, he goes to kill him in the courtroom or something. The big bad guy's like, I'm here and I'm gonna take over the planet and all this. It was really cool.
The courtroom scene's great because the guy who killed the preacher dude is like a big dude, just one of these really, he's like 7 foot giant muscle man. He's dual wielding these giant pickaxe weapon things that they use, which all the other soldiers are struggling to wield one of them, and he's dual wielding too.
Yeah.
Random character, has literally 0 lines in the film.
Yeah.
Great character. So yeah, they have a great preaching scene, which is a good lore dumping without saying any lore, which is they have a preacher in the square who's trying to convince these survivors, that they've captured, these prisoners. They're like, hey, you can join us. I was once like you, but I joined them and it was pretty great. And one of the crowd's like, hey, fuck you. We ain't joining shit. Suck my balls. And he's like, and then the big bad guy comes over and he's like, oh, okay, you come here then. Tell that to my face. And he comes up and he's like, we'll never join you. And he's like, all right, you're soul.
You're gone.
Joink.
The visuals are so cool when he pulls souls out of people. I fucking loved it. His whole vibe as well. The character is the Lord Marshal. He's played by Colm Feore, who's from...
He's great.
I think he's in House of Cards at some point. He's really cool in that. I've seen him in a lot of... Again, aside from Vin Diesel, a lot of TV actors in this, not many like movie actors, which I think adds to it.
He has probably my favorite BBG death of any film. Literally any film.
Movies like this, particularly like big lore fantasy movies, I usually am so bored by the bad guy in them because it's like, I'm the big powerful bad guy. I'm big in this?
Yeah.
No. I think it's the performance. I really enjoy it.
He has really good performance, and I think he has reasonable motivations. Like, his motivations are pretty clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he still does the trope that is in Kung Fu Panda and other things of, like, kill all. If there's a prophecy that someone from this race is going to kill me, I just kill all that race.
Kill all of them.
I don't see how that could end up with me dying to that race.
Exactly.
Like, the classic prophecy, like... It's in Harry Potter as well, right?
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Voldemort learns that these people are going to end up killing him, so he tries and kills them and ends up, going with the prophecy, essentially, right?
Yeah, for real.
And so that's how, like, classic prophecy trope of via trying to prevent the prophecy, you make the prophecy happen.
That happens in... one of the Dunes as well. Not the first one. I think that might be 2. Might be Dune Messiah. It's a plot point in that too. Which is really cool.
That movie hasn't come out yet, so that doesn't exist, Sandra. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, actually, it just wrapped, Zach, so it'll be out in a year, which I'm very excited for. Aside from the fact that it's called Dune Part 3 and not Dune Messiah. Call it Dune Messiah, you cowards!
We can only hope that it has the proper name in the Australian version, which comes out 7 months later.
Oh, God, that was just a lockdown thing, I think.
I fucking hope so.
What
a ridiculous
sucked,
pile
man.
of
That
bullshit.
sucked. That was awful. We had to wait so long for Dune.
Or, like, on any other film, I would have just gone online, right? But specifically for Dune, it's like the one thing where it's like everyone's saying you have to see it in cinemas for the big epicness.
Yeah.
And they just, like, random... Anyway. Speaking of Dune, this film...
Yep. So he kills the guy who killed Keith David, and then...
I just want to say, the intro to this court scene is like everyone then, like, after he does the soul thing, all the crowd bows down, but except Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I bow to no man. And they're like, what the fuck? We're gonna fuck you up. And then he's like, I just want to kill that dude. And he points to the biggest dude, and they're like, you know what? Sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Go kill him. That's fair. And then they watch him kill him, and they're like, mad respect, dog.
Yeah, for real.
And I love that. I love that from the bad guys, where they're like, you know what? Challenging someone, that's kind of our thing. So, yeah, he kind of vibes well with their culture of murdering everyone.
I sure hope that doesn't come back at the end there, that he vibes well with their culture.
Well, you see, the BBG hands over the dagger.
Yeah.
The dagger of his friend that was embedded in the guy.
Yeah.
Because he says, you keep what you kill, which is one of their big rules, is like, you can have if you kill someone, you can have their stuff.
You get their stuff. Well, keep in mind of that in the future, listener.
I'm sure it won't be important.
We also see Carl Urban from The Boys and Star Trek and shit, and he's, look, out of all of the actors in the world, Carl Urban, he gets a lot of, he gets made fun of a lot in The Boys for his accent, because he's not very good at doing a British accent. He does just kind of sound New Zealand, which is his New Zealand.
Who gives a shit?
His fucking accent in this is awful. His American accent is one of the worst I've ever heard. But I love Carl Urban and everything, and so I loved him in this.
Correct answer. I have never seen him in a piece of media that I haven't liked him in.
I think in everything where he's American, I don't remember what accent he does in Star Trek, but in, like, Dredd, he's Judge Dredd in the second Dredd movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk much in that. So it's fine. So his accent's fine. You know what I mean? Whereas, in this one, he does a lot of talking. As
a fellow New Zealander, I could say, I don't notice it. I don't know what you're talking about. His accent was fine.
But I really liked him. So he's a commander. His wife is Tandy Newton from a bunch of shit. Westworld, most recently, I think she's great in that.
Yeah.
And so they've got this like Macbeth storyline going on where she's like, you've got to kill the Lord Marshal so you can be the Lord Marshal.
I love how, like, animatedly, like, I don't want to say overacting she's doing, but she's so, like, vehemently passionate about anything she's in. Like, whenever they have, like, a random makeout scene as well, which I think is only in the director's... I think that's only in the director's cut.
Yeah. The director's cut basically just makes it That's pretty much all the director's cut does.
Yeah. And she's like... Yeah, she's just very over the top in every scene she's in, which is very funny. She's the one that tries and, like, stabs the elemental air lady because she's threatening the air lady to try and find out why the Lord Commander is so interested in her.
Yeah.
Which is, I like that as a plot to, like, where we get all this information. And the air elemental's like, lady, don't try to threaten me, you idiot. I'll just tell you the information. I don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because... the air elemental lady knows that by telling this lady all the information, it helps her. Like, because they're planning to kill the Lord Commander, it will make the universe where the Lord Commander dies to Riddick more likely.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, like, it blew my mind. I was like, wait, this is big brain.
And I think, as you mentioned, her performance is so over the top. It's great. It works so well. I really enjoyed it.
I will say, right at the end of the movie, she, like, looks away when they're about to finish, and she's like, perfection. I facepalmed. It was so stupid. I rolled. It was so stupid.
She reminded me of, like, she's got Benny Gesserit vibes, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say also that, Judi Dench also has Benny Gesserit vibes.
That's true. She's kind of like the mother of them all with the box.
Oh, yeah, you're right. She's more the like, desert wise mother Benny Gesserit rather than the, like, space... And she's more the space Benny Gesserit manipulating behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool. This movie is very inspired by Dune, which I think, you know what? I'm here for it. It's better than the David Lynch movie, so...
Yeah, I remember when you were talking about it in the first movie, it's like, what genre inspired this? And you wondered what genre inspired this, the next one. And I was like, I knew for a fact it was Dune. it was absolutely Dune.
Yeah. They bring Riddick aboard their ship, and the Lord Marshal's like, I'm gonna scan your brain. Oh my god, you're a Fury, and I've gotta kill ya! And so, Riddick's like, what the fuck? And then, I don't know, he doesn't say that. That would be silly.
No, he says that. He goes, what the fuck? In that exact tone.
He runs away, and then the Lord Marshal's like, all right, Carl Urban, you've got to go after him.
Bro, he doesn't run away, he escapes, which is different from running away.
That's very true. So this whole movie is planned out by Riddick, it seems. He's thought so far, he's such a big brain that he plans everything out. It's so funny. Or maybe he just owns it when it works out his way. That might be what it is going on here.
Well, there could be that, actually. That I was going to disagree with that point, but also it could be that. I think it's more originally he had planned to murder have the mercs there to grab him if he got arrested, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Because I think he plans on, like, murdering people wherever he goes, right?
Well, actually, yeah, that's true.
So if you plan on murdering people wherever you go, you're going to attract the authorities. And so you need a plan to get away from the authorities. So I don't think he was originally planning to escape the necromongers. I think he was originally planning to escape whatever jail system they had there.
Yeah, sure. All right, yeah, fair.
So he would use the mercenaries who would break him out of jail so that they could go and sell him for a higher profit.
Yeah, all right. You know what?
But then it changes, right?
Yeah. So Toombs shows up. He's like,
yes,
he's escaping the bad guys' ship. Toombs shows up and is like, bloody, I got all my friends and now we're gonna take you in, Riddick, fuck you. And Riddick's like, I planned for this. And then they take him on the ship. And
he says, what took you so long?
Yeah, which is hilarious. And then when he's on the ship, so we've already learned that Jack is on a prison planet. We've already learned that earlier in the movie. I've saved that bit of information until now in the podcast.
Yeah.
We know that Jack's on a prison planet.
You mentioned earlier in the film that Vin Diesel, like, knows when to play the badass and knows when to kind of be cheesy.
Yeah.
And I think that whole line of, like, what took you so long is that perfect example of that sort of, like, balancing badassery with cheesiness, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think as well, it's like a lot of the directors he works with are kind of like yes men, whereas I feel like with this, he just seems to have a bit more of a vision, the guy behind this movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you will be my actor, Vin Diesel. Is kind of the vibe here, which I think is
But
good.
also, Vin Diesel's, I think, a bit more into this and is more, like, a fan of the genre.
Yeah.
And he's, like, he knows it. So it's like, it's the universe aligning all the planets so that we can get the the perfect script for this movie.
Exactly. So, yeah, we know that Jack is on a prison planet because she went out to find Riddick, killed a bunch of people, and is now sent to prison. So Riddick's like, well, you've captured me. Where are you going to take me? Oh, you could take me to a prison planet. They'd pay for me. But, there's only one in the area. And it just so happens to be the one where Jack is.
And you were planning to take me here, weren't you, Toombs? And Toombs like, yeah, of course, dumbass. It's such a great scene, and I knew you were eager to talk about it because it is a very funny when he's like, well, you need to take me to a maximum security prison, obviously. And there's only 3 in the local galaxy, but this bucket of bolts, it could probably only get you to the local one nearby, which is X and X.
X and X.
So obviously Toombs is going to take you to this planet.
Exactly.
Duh. Isn't that right, Toombs? And Toombs is like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I love as well how the planet's like, it's like a really hot planet, and the name of the planet is Crematoria, which is fucking stupid. I loved it. I was like, this is dumb.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not just really hot. It is like, it is what I think Pitch Black's planet, I was almost expecting it to be, where it's like, there's like it's kind of a Mercury, where it's like, during the night, it's like frozen.
Yeah.
In this case, it's actually not too bad at night, but during the day, it gets to like scorching, like burn your flesh off sort of degrees outside. So the prisoners are kept underground.
Yeah. Which is cool because in the first movie we have a planet where the night kills you, and this one is a planet where the day kills you. Swap it around. What's the third one going to be? A planet where everything kills you? That'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure that won't happen, and we won't mention this exact moment that we talked about a planet that would just kill you in the third movie. But yeah, so the whole idea is that, you know, the scorching sun outside would stop you from leaving.
Yeah.
Like, even if you escaped, you would only get burnt up by the outside.
Exactly.
So yeah, Toombs takes them into the prison, and then he starts negotiating with the prisoner guy.
Yeah.
For like a price. And the prison guy lowballs him. And the guy's like, what the fuck? This guy's worth way more. But then Riddick's like, you should take the money, Toombs. You should probably do it.
Yeah.
Another wisecrack. And then, Riddick is dropped into the hole.
The hole. And then it becomes a prison escape movie. Here we go. It's prison escape time. Also, Carl Urban is chasing him across the galaxy. So, we won't talk about it until he shows up. He's in the hole and he's like, oh my god, I'm getting attacked by people. Oh no, one of them's gonna kill me, but someone shot the person who's gonna kill me. Who is it? Oh my god, it's Jack. It's Jack, and she's older and looks completely different because it's a new actor now.
She's just grown up, Sandra. I don't know what you're talking about. Sandra, she's just grown up.
And I don't know. I feel like they sexualize her a little bit too much in this movie. She's lying around and like, being like kind of flirty, and I just don't like it. I don't care for it.
Yeah, I could see that, definitely. I think it's more, she's just like more damsel-y than I would have liked.
Yeah.
She's like trying to be tough, but not actually sort of thing. It's like, yeah, there's a weird. I liked her when she was more the badass and not the Riddick, help me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I liked it when she was being more badass. I don't think she was too over-sexualized, but like I could definitely, there's like scenes which are uncomfortable.
There's a few here and there. Yeah, there's one scene that's definitely uncomfortable where she's getting like frisked. That was pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But like not that bad in terms of like she like kills them. So you know it sets that up. But there's one scene in particular where she's like lying on rocks talking to people, and she's like lying like Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's a classic, silly, dumb trope. Yeah, but that whole like the guard feels you up, and then is just to show how sleazy they are, so they immediately die.
Yeah,
like I think that's in a lot of movies as well. That's a movie trope right there.
definitely, yeah. But yeah, we get a bunch of shit about her where Riddick's like, I was trying to protect you by leaving you alone, but it just made you a murderer and now you're murdering. And then she's like, yeah, fuck you. Also, my name's not Jack anymore, it's Kira. That's my new name. Call me that now.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, alright, we'll change the name. Sure, why not?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, no, well, I guess because she's just embraced the fact that she's a girl now. I don't want to dead name her, but like...
For real.
Their whole thing is they went off to be a merc.
Yes.
Because I think it's said that they, she wanted to find... It's implied that she wanted to find Riddick again, right?
Yeah,
so she became a merc to try and, essentially bounty unto him, but she got in trouble. She murdered a bunch of people and she got put in jail. And then she whines at Riddick because she couldn't get eyes like his.
Yeah, that was a funny scene.
They quote the first movie where it's like, where do you have to get eyes like those? He's like, you gotta kill a few people.
Yeah.
Then you gotta go to prison. And then you find... And she's like, I killed a few people. I went to prison, and no one in this fucking prison knows how to do those fucking eyes, you lying piece of shit.
I loved that moment so much. That was so funny. Yeah, that was good.
That's such an organic, natural, and funny way of rewriting the lore from the first film.
Yes.
Because I talked about the first film, and the only real bits of lore we get about Riddick is his eyes.
That's true. Yeah, that's the only thing we get.
That lore is immediately a lie in this film.
Well, is it a lie, or was it a different prison? We don't know. Maybe it was actually real. Who knows?
Exactly. But I think it's implied that it's his race. My understanding, my thought... was that it was his race that gave him those eyes. Yeah, I know your next point is that we see someone else from his race and they don't have those eyes.
That wasn't my point, but yes, that as well.
Oh, okay. Well, my point is actually, that's my canon.
Yeah, the spoilers, not Carl Urban, but the second in command of the Necromongers is a Furian. And he doesn't have the eyes.
I don't think he's second in command. I think he's like a priest of there.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it could be like that. There's different hierarchies.
Yeah, it could be.
Because there's like the military side of the church, and then there's the church side of it.
That's true. Yeah, for sure. But my point was, we see that the prison has these like lizard dogs. And they have the exact same eyes as Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they're from Furia. Maybe they're from his planet. And everything has those eyes. Or maybe these are like prison dogs and someone took out the eyes of those dogs and put him in him when he was in prison. That could also...
That is it. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that bit of lore. It is possible that like on Furia... There's like a tradition where you replace your eyes with the eyes of the beast.
That'd be pretty
or something like that.
Yeah, that would be sick, actually.
And of course, they can't do that anymore because all the people who could do that sort of surgery were Furians and they're all dead.
They're all dead now.
That's cool. Yeah, well, yeah. That's a good bit of headcanon. I like that.
We got some other cool stuff in this scene where he kills someone with a teacup. That was fucking cool.
That's a scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the series, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that because that was a very John Wick sort of like.
Oh yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, like he could kill you with a pencil, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kills him with a teacup. I love the scene because he's like, I'm going to kill you with this teacup. Riddick does this where he tells someone how they're going to die, yes. And then he does it.
Yep.
He did that in the animated one as well. It's a great trope of this character. I love it.
It's good fun.
And yeah, but he rests it on this rock.
Yeah.
And he tells him, I'm going to kill you with this teacup. He then kills him with the teacup, and then he picks up like a pin, and then he puts it in the place where he put the teacup. And then the bad guys see that, and they're like, oh shit, and then they run away.
Get out of here.
Great gag.
Very
One
funny.
of my favorites.
So they're fucking around in the prison. The prison guard guys, they see that the necromongers are coming, and they're like, hey, what the fuck, Toombs? And Toombs is like, whoops. So they all fight each other. They fight each other, and like the rope that they drop down into the prison to put prisoners in falls down. So Riddick like climbs up that, and he's like, my plan to escape is working.
Because Toombs gets like caught in the rope and falls down in the fighting. Also importantly, Riddick makes some friends in prison with the like, you know, the institutionalized guys.
I liked that all the people that join him in the escape were really fun characters. I really liked them.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to be doing a prison break. Be ready.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is this guy? What are you No one leaves. What the fuck are you talking? Next minute, he's like, we're leaving. Let's go. And they're like, oh shit, let's go.
So then the movie turns into, so the necromongers are coming. The prison guards are like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So they're gonna try and get to a ship.
Yeah.
And Riddick, obviously, he's like, I've gotta get the fuck out of here. So they've gotta beat the prison guys to that ship. The prison guys are going through like underground tunnels to get to the hangar.
Yes.
What's quicker than that? Going above ground.
Yes. There's a slight problem though, Sandra, because, look at the time. It's nearly morning.
Oh,
What does morning mean? Oh, yeah. The scorching hot death sun is about to come around the corner and literally bake everyone alive. So then they're running to try and beat the prison guards.
Yes.
They are also running to escape the sun, which is going to bake them alive.
Yep.
But also both of them are running to get to the ship before the necromongers arrive, who are going to kill them all.
This scene is like 20 minutes long, and it's really again.
Yeah.
Props to this director. Just like the first movie, the action's fucking tense. It's good. It's well done, but it's also cheesy and fun at the same time as well. So it's really, really solid.
And this scene is also similar to the first movie, but instead of needing light to live, they have to avoid the light to live.
That's right.
As you so keenly pointed out.
Which is very fun. So yeah, they run around. They've got to like climb a cliff at some point. That gets a bit spicy because that's when the daytime hits.
Yeah, the daytime hits. And so the initial daytime isn't so bad. It's like that early morning. And so the sun is scorching. Like it's like...
Yes.
It would like cook you pretty rapidly, and it like heats up the rocks so they're like stove hot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's bad, but it's like livable.
Yeah.
But there's like, you could see off in the horizon essentially an explosion of heat.
Yeah.
That's approaching them, which is like the full daytime, which is just like scorching fire.
Yeah. And we get a scene where he's got to save Kira from that scorching fire on the cliff, and he like pours water on himself and then like swings around to save her. And then probably the funniest scene in the movie, for me at least, and for my partner as well who watched this, was when he saves her. We like cut to him in the shade and there's just fucking steam coming off of him, and as he's like, yeah, I saved you. It was so silly. I loved it.
It was great. Yeah.
Hilarious.
And we have a couple of the prisoners here. I know one of them, he like at this earlier in the film, he's like, I've been in here so long. I used to have this girl, but I've been in here so long, I've forgotten her name.
Forgot her name.
And then in the scene, he's like, actually, her name was this name. I never forgot her name. And it's like, wow, I wonder why we're getting random lore tidbits about this random prisoner. I sure hope nothing bad's to him. Cut to him being fucking banged.
Immediately
they
dying.
fucking baned him. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because, the next scene, they've escaped the flames, but they still have to grab the ship, and they turn around the corner, and the necromongers are there.
Oh my god, they're there, and Carl Urban's like, "Oh, you can't be around here, mate." So he fucking banes the guy with the ring. It's just kind of an all-out fight scene. We do get that scene though.
It's a big fight scene
right before. So Carl Urban's about to kill Riddick, but then Riddick has a flashback to someone from his race who is like, I'm gonna give you the touch of the Furians.
That is interesting, because we don't get much lore about that character.
No, we don't.
So I wonder...
She just randomly shows up and gives him lore.
So I wonder if that one's in 3.
Maybe. 3's got a much lower budget than this. It goes back to, the smaller budget. So maybe they do, but who knows? But, like, the touch that he gets then turns into energy that courses through his body and then explodes and, like, it, like, kills a bunch of people. It's fucking weird.
Well, yeah. It's a Deus Ex race explosion, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very funny scene. I like the fight scene here, though. We have several cool scenes. Like, one scene where Jack, what's her name? Kira now?
Yeah, Kira.
Kira, like, Riddick picks her up and spins her, and she has, like, a foot knife that we saw. And so she does the classic where he's spinning her around, and she's, like, killing people by kicking them with her foot blade.
That was pretty cool.
That was sick. I love Riddick's getting attacked by Carl Urban, but then so the prisoner dude jumps on Carl Urban and knocks Carl Urban down, and then goes to attack Carl Urban. And I just wanted to mention this because Carl Urban, while prone, gets a powered jump up where he like spins up and then like slams the prisoner into the wall, which I think is the coolest get-up attack I've seen in cinema.
It's fucking sick. The action in this movie is really, really cool. Like, consistently really solid.
Oh, I love... And then proceeds to bane the dude, which is like,
what
holy fuck, Carl Urban, calm the fuck down on this poor prisoner that we just got a law dump on. Like, Carl Urban fucks that dude up.
Also, the editing of the movie, it's not as... Like, the first movie had very, 2000s editing. This one tones it down a bit, but it's still, really quick-cutty, different angles. It's fucking sick. It's really cool. It's fun to look at. It just flows really well. I loved it. I love the action style of this movie.
But yeah, Riddick gets a Deus Ex, race anger explosion, which knocks everyone back, and then they're about to try and kill him again, but the sun's coming around, so they're like, Riddick's knocked out on the ground, so we'll just decide to fucking leave, right?
So Carl Urban takes Kira and leaves in the ship, and then when Riddick wakes up, he sees that other guy from earlier, the priest man. What's he doing there?
They do a classic trope of, the bad guy doesn't see him die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is such a classic bad guy trope.
Pretty silly, for sure.
And then they're like, oh, well, we didn't see him die, but he's definitely dead, you know?
Yeah.
They leave, and then, the priest guy shows up and saves Riddick from being blasted by the sun, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's because I was a Furian before they turned me evil.
So go kill the Lord Marshal, please. Thank you. I'm gonna go kill myself. Bye.
Now, it's interesting there with the prophecy, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if he could have filled the prophecy, right? At some point. Or does the prophecy has to be that the last Furian alive kills him, right?
I think it was just a Furian boy was the prophecy. I think.
Right? So maybe that there's an alternative timeline where the priest guy does the betrayal and kills him.
Maybe, I don't know, because he's not he doesn't. So obviously we don't know what the Furians look like because we haven't really seen them aside from
we've seen two.
This one guy and then the guy and then whatever her name is in the random flashbacks. But we don't
Oh yeah, true. True.
They don't look strong, like Riddick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think my headcanon, because they look very human, right?
Yes.
But we've seen aliens, I think they are like a sub-race of humans. where it's a situation where people, they, like, visited a planet, and, like, settlers, like, settled on this planet, but the planet was, like, super dangerous.
Oh, harsh planet, so they had to acclimatize to it, become really strong.
So they had to enhance their animalistic features so that they could survive on the planet. And that's what makes them Furians, which is what makes them different from humans.
Potentially.
That's my head.
That could be kind of like a Mandalorian sort of situation.
Yeah. Where they're technically, like, human, but they're enhanced, which is why they're not technically human.
So, now, also, at this point, the movie only has, like, 15 minutes left to go. So I was like, oh my god, they're gonna wrap this up in 15 minutes? What the hell? This is crazy. So I was like, they're gonna have to speed through all the plot at the end of this movie. Like, this movie feels like it could easily have another hour at this point. But it's only 15 minutes.
Me as well. This is why I thought this movie, like, ended at this point.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole second movie... which ended the way this movie ended. But no, so yeah, he has the visions, he talks with a Furian, and he's like, hey, go kill them.
Yeah.
I saved your life.
So he goes off to kill them.
And so Keith Urban is like, oh, hey, boss, I killed that Vin Diesel guy for you.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro. I'll be your second in command. Promise not to betray you, cuz.
And the bad guy's like, I will make you the second in command. I must be my second in command. Also,
I really like you. Your acting skills are great.
Also, I loved this as well. Earlier in the movie, Carl Urban's talking to his wife through, like, a telephone, but the telephone is a dead body that they talk through. Like, she has a dead body, he has I fucking love that. Like, this, like, necromancer race, religion, and all their technologies around dead bodies. It's so cool.
It's necropunk.
Yeah. It's more... I've never seen anything like that in a movie before. It was sick.
And they have a bit more of it, too, because they have, like, these sniffers, which are dead, like, undead zombies that they attach, like... They've wired up with technology... so that they have these, like, screen eyes that they use to, like, sniff out people and, like, find people that are hiding. But they're not, like, conscious humanoids now. They're just, like, kind of, like, animalistic drones for them now.
That's really cool.
They're sick as well. I really love the sniffers because we see in this scene, Riddick has managed to somehow sneak in and has a... necromonger uniform on.
Yeah.
And he kills one of the sniffers who managed to sniff him out, but they find the dead sniffer and they can, like, play back what they could go into the brain of the sniffer and play back what it last saw.
Which is so cool as well.
Before it died. Yeah. So they know that Riddick's here and they're like, find him wherever he is.
It's so cool. And so, yeah, then we get the big final kind of fight scene where we've got Carl Urban, Tandy Newton. They're going to kill the Marshal. Riddick also shows up to kill the Marshal.
Yeah.
And the Marshal's like, it's time for a big fight. Also, Riddick, you've shown up. You're going to kill me. Well, I've got a surprise for you. It's Kira, and we converted her. Oh, my God.
And Kara's like, hey, Riddick, you should join up. It's really great. There's no problems. I haven't been brainwashed. It's great.
And Riddick's like, you've killed everyone I know. I'm gonna kill you now.
And the BBG, who spent the whole film trying to kill Riddick so that he doesn't get killed by Riddick, decides that, no. None of the guards, you don't kill him. He's come for me. I'm gonna 1v1 him now. And it's like, if your motivation has been to send all these thousands of people to die to Riddick's hands just so that he dies, why all of a sudden decide to 1v1?
Well, I mean, he decided to wipe out their whole race. He did a fucking genocide on the Furians. I don't think he's the smartest guy.
Yeah, I know. But in this specific shot, I wish they had just done like a Riddick challenges him to a duel.
Oh, so he has to do it, yeah.
Because they kind of established that with the big guy, where he's like, I want to kill that one.
Yeah.
They could have done there's like a dueling rule, and it's like, the bad guy goes, all right, guards, kill him.
Yep.
But then one of the priests is like, well, actually, by our laws, he's challenged you to a duel. You have to kind of fight him.
That's right.
He whispers him to the side. He's like, by not fighting him, you're kind of showing weakness, and that's gonna get you killed.
That would have actually been a really good line just to throw in there for sure. I agree.
Yeah, just a little tidbit to change that sort of data. But yeah, then we have a very sick fight scene.
It's cool. It's because he's like half undead, so he's like turning into his spirit self and like shadow fighting Riddick.
He's able to manipulate spirits.
Yeah.
And so he uses that to push his spirit out. And he's able to like move his body to wherever he moves his spirit after, which allows him to move at really fast speeds because he can throw his spirit out and then immediately jump to that. So he's able to like essentially move at super speed.
Yeah.
And there's just one like good scene where he like speeds behind Riddick, but Riddick's like ready for it, and the like slow-mo, he turns around and like punches the shit out of him after he teleports. I think it's
That's pretty cool. The sound effects was a little bit silly though. There's one point where his spirit goes meow, and that was very funny. But you know, like it's a pretty good fight.
Fair criticism.
We also have Karl Urban just waiting for his chance to pounce because he's like, if I kill him, then I get to be the Lord Marshal. So I've got to be the one to kill him. But then I'm going to let.
What are you saying there? What are you implying?
Whoever kills the bad guy gets to lead the Necromongers. Yeah.
Are you saying you keep what you kill?
Whoa, God, that's a bit. Come on, mate. I am saying that, yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh, you keep what you kill. Yeah, which is said earlier. So he's like letting Riddick weaken him, and then he's going to come in to finish him off.
And there's a great scene during the fight where he's about to do the soul suck on Riddick, but Riddick's like, fuck you, and punches the shit out of him as well. That was cool.
He does pull the F-bomb on him. Is that the only swear in the
only
film?
One in this one, yeah. Well, because it's technically, aside from the unrated director's cut, it is an M movie, so they only say fuck once. Whereas I think they said it a lot in the first one.
Which is very, very funny.
Yeah. But it makes sense. A movie this expensive, you don't want it that highly rated. You want as many people to see it as possible. So.
No, I think they chose a good moment for it. Like right at the end of the film, fighting the BBG. I'm like, that's a good point. Would you have put it at any other point in the film? Do you think there would have been some good?
No, I would put it in this one.
Like if you had unlimited swear though, were there any of the other
especially fucking Toombs? He'd be constantly swearing.
Oh yeah, dude, Toombs is throwing out some racial slurs.
Sure, I wasn't gonna go that far, but yeah. It is the early 2000s.
I'm going that far. You know. No, I think he's like you filthy. What are they called? What's Riddick race called again?
Furians. Oh yeah, we'd have like fake words for them. Yeah.
He'd be like, you filthy fury. That sort of thing.
They'd call the Necromongers rotties or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, and the air elemental they call like fart lady or something, you know.
Carries a lot less weight than the others, but yeah, no, it's true. Anyway, so
gas bags or something, you know. Yeah.
So Riddick knocks him down. He's lying on the ground. Karl Urban's like, it's my time.
Oh wait, no. You've forgotten because Riddick is about to lose, but then Kara comes in and gives him a bit of a stab.
She's like, "Oh my god, my friend! You're gonna kill my friend! I've broken out of my brainwashing."
Yep, and then she immediately dies.
Yep.
She immediately gets shunted into a wall of spikes and just fucking dies.
Which I'm like, fair enough that she's not coming back, but also, no, I think that she shouldn't have died. I
agree.
I think that it makes more sense knowing the end of this movie if she stays brainwashed. That would be a really cool dynamic.
Yeah. She would have been a good, like, villain, almost, where it's like this friend. Yeah, like, there could have been a lot. I think there's some good story reasons as to why she could die here. I think she goes out like a chump, though. Like, it's a bad death. It's not a good death.
It's pretty bad.
And it's unfortunately overshadowed by the end of the film as well.
Yep.
They do have like a heart and heart afterwards, but I think it lessens the blow of her death.
It also just kind of sucks that everyone from Pitch Black died. now as well. Everyone died.
I like that.
You like that?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, too many. That's the, on the other hand, why I don't mind her dying is I'm like, it's the Rogue One. Why I like the ending of Rogue One is it's just like, not all endings have to have everyone lives happily ever after, you know?
I agree, yeah.
I think that is one of the biggest tropes, you know?
I think, yeah, I don't know. I think her character hadn't reached a point in her arc where it made sense to die, though. Like,
yeah, that's the bit I agree with.
not enough happened with her.
I think a lot happens. She's in 2 movies. There's a lot.
Okay.
Like, she had the whole first movie to the... And, like, I think there's reasonable enough, but I wish they had more. Like, it doesn't feel as satisfying. I think what should have happened is she should have stabbed him, and she should have got thrown away, and we don't see what happens to her, so that once the end of this film happens, we could go back to her and then be like, oh shit, she's actually dead.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the emphasis would have been better on that death. But going back to it, so she manages to stab the BBG, which means Riddick gets a bit of an upper hand, and he manages to weaken the guy, which means Keith Urban's like, oh, yeah, bro, I can go and become the BBG now. I'm going to betray the BBG.
I'm going to do it just like the way that my dad used to kill sheep. I'm going to go kill this bad guy.
What?
It's New Zealand.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
Yeah. No. You're right, actually, because that giant fucking axe, that like 3-axe axe, every New Zealand farm has one of those giant 3-headed axe things that he uses. I like that this like 1 axe prop, is not in the rest of the film, is it? It's just this one scene.
No, just this one scene. He pulled out this giant 3-pronged axe.
And it looks sick.
It's pretty cool. And the bad guy's like, oh, thank you, you're going to help me kill Riddick. And Karl Urban's like, no, I'm going to kill you. So the bad guy's like, oh my god. So he shadow shifts towards Riddick. It's the only way that he can go because they're cornered off. The only where place he can go is towards Riddick in slow motion. He goes towards Riddick. What does Riddick do?
Riddick's right there waiting for it. He pulls out the knife. And so like the bad guy's caught between a rock and a hard place, right? But he's already shadow shifted, and I don't know if you can like unshadow shift, or at least if you can unshadow shift, like you have to do it like it's like a slower process. So he's like essentially he's dead. Yeah. And so we see him. He's like. But he can see through both his real eyes.
That was so cool. We see him in both spots looking at the person who could kill him.
Yeah. I like the way when he's shadow running, he's looking back at his body about to be killed by a second in command. He turns around and Riddick's right there and like ready to kill him. And he's like, oh, fuck.
And so, boom, Riddick stabs him right in the fucking head. And Karl Urban's like, oh, fuck. And Tandy Newton's like, no!
Yeah. Her reactions are so over the top because she looks at her husband about to kill the guy and she's like, perfection. We did it. And then there's like a gasp or something. She turns around and sees Riddick has stabbed her and she's like, no!
It's so funny. And this is also really funny as well. He's like, oh my god, I killed the bad guy. I'm gonna sit down. He just happens to sit down on the throne. And then all of the necromongers are like, you're the leader now. So we kneel to you. And he's like, you keep what you kill. Fuck. It's kind of like the vibe of the ending of the movie.
End the film. And it's, oh, what a silly ending.
I did not expect this ending at all. And to be honest, the ending is a big part of the movie as to why I think I enjoy it. Like, I think the movie's a lot of fun, but that ending is like the cherry on top.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good ending.
This is a big, juicy cherry for this film.
Because it's like, this guy shouldn't fucking run this arm. Also, why? He's just going to kill them all, probably. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's very cool. I really like it.
Yeah. It leaves a lot of questions. So I'm excited for the third film.
Which you maybe haven't seen. Who knows?
I'm 99% sure I haven't
That's
seen.
crazy. Well, yeah, like, this movie obviously setting up a sequel, but here's the thing, Zach. It barely broke even. So it's, it bombed. It's a bomb. If a movie breaks even, it's technically a bomb. So this movie did not...
It was a lot higher budget, though, so it goes to show that there was interest in the film. They just needed...
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how the lower budget. I'm really hoping that like they can reuse a lot of assets and it still looks pretty good. Like if it looks as good as Pitch Black, I think it will be fine.
From what I've seen, it looks pretty
made
good.
Money.
Yeah.
I hope it made money.
Well, they're making a fourth one, so I think it did. Probably
they are making a fourth one.
Granted, the fourth one took them 13 years to make after 3. So
yeah.
But what happened?
Well, they had COVID in between.
That's
as well,
true, and he was doing all the Fast and Furiouses one every 2 years. So
I'm just stoked to hear that they're making it.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, what happened was this bombed. So obviously it sets up a sequel, and obviously Vin Diesel, and at this point, the writer and director have to really enjoy making these because they made 2 now.
Oh yeah.
So what Vin Diesel did was he was like, all right, Riddick is owned by Universal, who also own Fast and Furious. He came up with an agreement with Universal that he would do a cameo in Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift, which is completely unconnected from all the other movies aside from some characters who show up here and there. So he made a cameo in that movie. I don't think, maybe he didn't even get a paycheck. His payment was he now owns the rights to Riddick. So then he spent 9 years or however long it was trying to get Riddick 3 made. Which, I'm just going to put it out there. What the fuck has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson done? It's close to this, man. It's close to this. Vin Diesel, he's a real movie star.
Yeah, I think definitely Vin Diesel is my BBB.
BBB? What does that mean?
Big, beautiful, bald. It'd be BBBB. My big, beautiful, bald boy.
Big, beautiful, bald boy. I like that. Hell yeah.
Yeah. My BBBB. At the moment, and The Rock's got to step it up. Like we've been told, we had a few Rock films, we were enjoying them, but Vin Diesel's kind of winning now.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's going. I mean, The Rock he's doing Smashing Machine. Jumanji 3's out. Well, Jumanji 4 technically is out next year. He's doing stuff, but
we'll see.
He doesn't have the commitment. Well, actually, no, he had the commitment to Black Adam, and that was fucking terrible. So who knows?
Such a shame. I was excited for it. I was hoping it would be good, and it wasn't.
It was one of the worst movies. Full stop.
It was just a bad time for a bad superhero movie to come out when every superhero thing was
kind of mid.
Everything after Endgame is no one wants to watch these as well.
I mean, yeah, everyone's burnt out of the genre.
Exactly,
sure.
Right? So it's the worst time to come out with a bad superhero film as well.
Anyway, I'm excited for Riddick 3. Really keen for it. It's just called Riddick, which is confusing because it's Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, then Riddick. But, whatever, it's fine.
I hate that naming. I hate dumb naming systems like that.
I agree.
It's time for Riddick reviews.
Yeah.
It's the part of the show where I go to a couple of review sites which are of equal value and neither of them is better than the other. And I have no opinions about either or, even though one of them is the YouTube comment section of a movie and one of them is a place where bad reviewers review things.
Okay, yeah.
Those two places, of course, being Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd. I grabbed some reviews from the movie that we have watched.
Yes.
And Sandro has to guess the scores and which review site there is on. But there is a twist, Sandro.
Oh, no.
Because we watched 2 movies this time, technically.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have gotten reviews from both of the movies.
Oh my gosh.
From both of the sites, and one of them's mine.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not going to tell you for which movie I'm putting my review down for, so you also have to guess that bit.
So, wait, is there still only 5, or is there more?
There is only 5.
Oh my god, this is fucking... Okay.
I will give you this. There is one... There's 2 things you have to guess from which movie it's from and which site. There is only one combination of each.
Okay, yeah.
So there's one review from Rotten Tomatoes for the animated movie.
Yeah, and then
there's one review from Letterboxd from the animated movie. There's one for the live action.
Yeah.
And there's another one from the live action. So
yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool.
So there's only one of each. So for the 5 reviews, there's one of each, which would be 4.
Yeah,
and then there's my review, which is for
the 5th one.
One of the films.
Okay, I like this.
I won't tell you which.
This will be very fun. Also, this has 29% from the critics, which is a big drop from the last one.
Very low.
65 from the audience, though. So audience still vibing this one, still enjoying this one. That's still pretty positive.
It's a big difference on this one. The reviewer drop.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it's a very world-centric, lore-heavy dump.
Yes, critics don't... I think because they probably didn't rewatch Pitch Black for this. So
I don't know if some of them might have not seen... I think a majority of them wouldn't have seen Pitch Black at all.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
And I think that goes into what you said of, like, if this was a standalone movie, it would be garbage. So I think that influences a lot with the reviewers. And that's why I think that it's fair. But, however, they're wrong and dumb and stupid.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. I agree
And the audience is way more correct, which is why I only get it from them. So, Sandro, you have 3 things to guess about each of these. I have removed the usernames and replaced them with some of my own, so that it is harder for Sandra to guess.
Okay, let's do it.
The reviews, you have to guess the rating from 0.5 to 5. Are you ready?
No.
Correct. All right. The first review is from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
That's pretty funny.
Which is just pure badassery. What an enjoyable watch. I wish Vin Diesel still did stuff like this.
Stuff like this. Well, that's true. What else has he done? He did Triple X3, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, and also, yeah, he doesn't do much, really, does he? He just kind of sticks to the same shit.
So, Sandro, what do you think the rating of this one was?
That is a very, very good question. It's got to be positive, because they want Vin Diesel to do more. I'm going to say 4.
Ooh, very close. It was a 3.5.
3.5.
They were a little more negative, but you were close on that one. Now, more important question.
Yeah.
Which movie was this?
I want to say it's the anime, honestly, because I think I want him to do more of this. He doesn't do animated shit, aside from the I Am Groot animated TV show on Disney Plus, probably. So I'm going to say it's the anime, and I'm also going to say it is Rotten Tomatoes.
Very good.
Yeah.
The next review is by Triple X, which is very funny that you mentioned.
I see what we're doing
movie
here.
Just two seconds before.
Yeah.
Which is I found that very amusing that you immediately mentioned that. He says, it's more Riddick madness. This one providing more insight and lore of this particular universe and its characters.
Yes.
Some exquisite sci-fi eye candy and some all-round badassery.
Okay.
So we're sensing a theme. There's a lot of badassery going along.
See, that one feels more like the live-action movie. Feels more like live action. I'm going to say live action. That also sounds like a Rotten Tomatoes one as well, but I don't think you put 2 of them back to back. But it does feel like Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm going to go Rotten Tomatoes. Score-wise, fuck. That might be the 4. I'm going to say that's the 4.
You were right.
Okay.
It is the 4.
All right.
Good call. Nice shot.
Oh, all right.
All right. The next one is by Hitman, who says...
Hitman? Oh, because he's...
No, because of the movie Hitman that he was in.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Hitman.
Is he in a Hitman movie?
Yeah, 2007.
What the Oh, he's just a producer.
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen the Hitman movies. I don't think he's the...
Yeah, he was the producer.
Oh, that's funny.
Vin Diesel is my favorite anime protagonist.
Okay, that's the anime one. Or is it? Or is it? No, it has to be the anime one. It has to be Letterboxd as well. I'm gonna say it sounds like a 5 out of 5. But yeah, no, 5 out of 5. Let's do it.
That was 4 out of 5.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
4 out of 5. All right, the Next review is by The Pacifier. He says,
I want to watch that.
I've watched this over 30 times.
That's so many times.
Isn't that? That's a lot of times.
God. So it has to be the... Oh, no. Oh, no. See, that feels like Rotten Tomatoes. God, this is hard.
Yeah. I think I told you before we started recording that this section was mean. I chose some mean fucking reviews. And also, I chose reviews that were purposely designed to fuck with you.
I'm actually going to say that's the anime one. I think the last one, the favorite anime protagonist, that is you.
Oh.
I'm going to say that's you. I'm going to change this one to... This one, I've watched this 30 times. It's for the anime, because if you watch the live action one 30 times,
yeah,
I don't want to be mean, but get a life.
Whoa.
That's a lot of times to watch a movie, I think.
You gotta be careful. They're the pacifier. They might cause you some damage.
They might try and kill me. That's very correct. 5 out of 5, surely, if you watch it that many times.
It's 5 out of 5.
Okay, cool.
You got it.
Yeah,
you got it. All right. And now for the last review, can you guess the username?
Marty McFly.
This review is by Back to the Future, who says, because the theme's movies.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I should have picked up on that one. Fucking hell. Oh, man.
We got him, boys. We absolutely got him with the third hit. Rules of threes.
Fucking trap me in that. Oh, dear.
The last review says, "Come to Papa, you beautiful bald bastard."
Oh, that's got to be the main one. That's the live action one. It's 4 out of 5. Why not?
It's 3 out of 5.
All right.
It's 3 out of 5.
Oh my god.
Right.
What a fuck.
And where was that one from?
That's Rotten. No, that's Letterboxd, and that's for live action. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go through these. Did you want to change them? Did you want to go over them?
I'm actually pretty happy with what I've done. I think. Yeah. My gut vibe. I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one was Just Be a Badassery. What an enjoyable watch. I wish Vin Diesel did more stuff like this. You said it was the animated movie from Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, for sure.
Correct?
Yeah.
Are you going with that?
I am going with that, yeah.
Well, that was from the full movie, the live-action movie, and it was from Letterboxd.
Oh my god!
So you were wrong
completely
on both
wrong
accounts.
on both. Okay, sure. All right. Yep, that's fair.
The next one, more Riddick Madness, provide lore and other stuff.
Yeah.
You said that was for the live-action.
Yeah.
And did you also say it was for Rotten Tomatoes? I think, or did you go with Letterboxd in the end?
That feels like Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes live action is just what it feels like, so I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. It was the animated movie.
Oh my god, okay, yeah.
But it was Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So you do get that one right.
All right, yeah.
All right. So the next one, Vin Diesel is my favorite anime protagonist, you said was my review.
That just gives you vibes.
That's fair. Which movie is it for?
See, because it's you, I think it's the live action one.
Would I do that to you, Sandro?
You would.
Would I?
And so I'm actually going to go for it. It's the live action one, and it's your review.
Well, you were correct on both accounts.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Well done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But also, I think my review's valid for the live action one to say he's an anime protagonist in that one.
How?
Because he literally has a moment where he's about to lose a fight and has like an anime ex machina where he has a vision and then gets fucking superpowers and explodes.
You were right here. You were correct, and I agree with this.
He's also got massive plot armor, like a anime protagonist.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, the next one, I've watched this over 30 times. You said the animated version on Rotten Tomatoes, I think, yeah?
Yep, that's correct.
That was the live action.
Oh my god.
So they, in fact, have no life, as you keenly pointed out. But it was from Rotten Tomatoes.
This is the hardest fucking reviews we've ever done. All right, next.
And the last one was Come to Papa, you
Yes.
beautiful bald bastard.
Yes.
Which you said was from Letterboxd.
Live action
and
on
was for the
Letterboxd.
live action one. It was from the animated one,
God.
but it was from Letterboxd.
All right, there we go. We got some of them.
So you were pretty close on the which site they were from.
Yeah.
But you were almost dead wrong completely on every single one about which version it was from, except for me, because you knew I would deliberately try and trip you up. That's the only one you got right.
That is
for which
impressive.
movie
That
it's
is an
from.
impressive track record. That's fucking hell. All right, well,
And I think
there we go.
Come to Papa, you beautiful bald bastard is because I think the mercenary, what's his face?
Tombs?
Tombs says you bald bastard in the animated one.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That's the whole episode, and that's the hardest review. Hopefully that never happens again. Anyway, if you like the show and you want me to do more hard stuff like that, what you can do is you can go over to patreon.com/oldiebuttagoodypod, sign up there, and then because you give us money, and if you request Zach to do that again for another movie, he'll do it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So
I am easily manipulated into doing things as long as they cause Sandro some sort of affliction.
it's true. It's very rude, but it is very true at the same time as well. You can also get ad-free episodes and bonus episodes there as well. Our review of Days of Future Past, X-Men Days of Future Past is out, which is very exciting. Very excited for that. We haven't recorded it yet, but it's out.
time travel. And I've never had any issues with time travel as plot devices in any form of media ever before.
That's true. You never have. Yeah, you never have.
Never. Especially the Transformers series.
Oh, Transformers, Lost in Space, yeah, a bunch of things actually, but you've never had an issue.
Yep.
So yeah, go get that bonus episode. All the other X-Men episodes are up there too, which is very exciting. Also tell friends, climb out on YouTube, all the things, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and it'll help us out. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate you. Zach, next week we're doing Riddick.
Whew. Well, we've done Riddick. Like we've done Riddick. Do you mean Riddick the Pitch Black? Chronicles of Riddick Pitch Black?
No, we're doing
Or the Chronicles of Riddick.
Riddick 3, which is just called Riddick.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like when they have an Xbox, but they just call it the Xbox, and it's like or the Xbox One or something.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like why? What? That's so confusing.
I think it's probably because this movie came out 9 years later. And also was kind of an independent-ish movie.
Yeah,
kinda.
that's fair.
So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Just get everybody back into it, you know?
It looks pretty fun. I don't know. I remember seeing the trailers for it or something when it was coming out, and I was like, hell yeah.
I'm excited to see where the plot goes from here.
Me too. What
I
are
don't
they
know
going to do?
where the plot goes, yeah.
I'm very excited to see what happens here. So, yeah, we'll do that next week. But here's the thing, Zach. I've got to come up with a connection between Chronicles of Riddick and Riddick.
Oh, yeah. What is your connection this time? Because now, Sandra, you can't pick Goggles again.
I can't do Goggles again.
That's gone forever. You've taken that off.
That's
and
right.
I don't think there's any connections you can make between this film and the next film that aren't Goggles. Right?
I can't do Goggles, and I also don't want to do the director, and I don't want to use Vin Diesel, because I want to keep them in the running, for future episodes. I had a couple concepts. My first concept was my connection could just be Riddick, but I was like, that's a bit of a cop-out, so I haven't done that. Also, we've used character connections before, used the connection of Merlin, but, Merlin's going to appear in hundreds of movies. Riddick's only in these 3, so...
Yeah, you never know. Not 4.
4.
Because of the animated.
That's true. Well, 5.
And then 5.
Yeah, because the new one.
Because of the new movie coming out.
My connection, though, Zach...
Okay.
You might call it a stretch based on an earlier discussion we had, but
all right.
it's my connection.
We'll see how it goes.
This connection will rule out doing a lot of movies. It's a big one, but I think it's a fun one. My connection is Undead Army.
Oh, Undead Army.
Because I looked it up. No spoilers for the next one, but obviously the necromongers still have to be around. So
Yeah. I don't think it's a stretch. I just don't think their whole army is undead.
but some of their army is undead, which means I can use that connection.
I will absolutely... I don't think it's a stretch. I will 100% agree with you because definitely some of their army is undead.
Yeah.
And that is a undead army. I think they have literal planet loads of undead to throw at things.
And I don't think it's a spoiler either because, like, they're a very big plot point and they're introduced immediately in the second one. So, you know, I think that it's a good connection. Next week, Undead Army.
Then we can't watch Evil Dead, though, Sandra.
We can't do any zombie film. Haha, get fucked, future us.
Oh, no.
We can never do 2 zombie films back. Well, we could just use the concept of a zombie.
Man, I really wanted to watch, what's it, like, World War Z or
with
whatever.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That'd be a great movie to review, honestly. Oh, well.
Shucks. Gee. Damn. There was so many generic zombie films that I definitely wanted to do.